side up and wait, cried and I stretch my prayers right up beside the sky. Left it out green without the silver. Don't get it twisted up, he's still supreme to you. Go heights in the big city, where we launched from. Living in a state placed under the gun, but on a straight path, never a detour. Surviving in life's pain, that's what we want. Taking a knee for synergy reset. Check out the energy we get. The 3-man plan help you come out change for hella better. Mute the noise like a silencer, making the pistol hits. See the blessings giving you a way to take a crisis in midlife, turn it to a chrysalis. As we got older, we talk healthier. Now that it's supreme to be healthier. We cooked up, I know, put an emphasis on growth. For friendships that won't budge. Every now and then out of place, we get nudged. But we day one fitted, so we stay a day with it. I'm smooth, yeah. Trying to live out the dreams without someone having a nightmare. Knowing the right man to walk away from it. It's not very easy, so some do plummet. Gotta learn to be born outside the lines. That's how I do it with mine. Tiger eyes under the eyelids, and every single view is what I'm teaching my kids. Skip around the queue. No longer waiting for plays, we the stars, so we allowed to bite off more than we can chew. Hey, yo, Cruz, what you gonna do? That first was the calm, here's the storm. That first was the calm, here's the storm. That first was the calm, here's the storm. Well, that's true. God's work to live amongst hurt, but stay planted in faith and straightforward. It's a norm to have storms take position in skies, where uneasy waters indigenous to lies. For behold, this gold tough beneath the surface, raised to be on point, but now we on purpose, convert into a seed when rainy days come to leave lessons to learn from. No need to grieve for the death of the old you and the ushers in change. Give birth to better versions for you to claim. The best weight loss is losing the opinion of others with the cross. They kneel to you for sin. They throw stones so that your talent gets thrown in. But you let them see you'll forever be sown in to debate. The love has more stamina than hate. We're showing them what we should choose to forsake. But knowledge isn't here to work on behalf of ego. A story where the holds the emotions of the people. And if they don't find the trace of what they feel in your place, they treat you like your actions are illegal. But a cliff will never walk towards you for the fall. So plant firmly to where your knee goes to crawl. Cause how you rebel comes the devil to the pie. So speak divine of God theory when no need to be high. Speak divine of God theory. I speak divine of God theories, no need to be high. Well, that's true. Glory to God, aka Dave.
left and a right, another left, and Lyle's in trouble. He's against the rope, trying.
Ooh, howdy, y'all. Howdy. Look, I'm sick today, so I can't with all the antics. Something I'm usually not. Feeling a little under the weather. Didn't know if I was gonna go live, but here I is. So let me go on and say what's up to the people. Oh, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? 2 cents in his house. Yeah, how you doing, fam? Coach Hudson, salute to you. Salute to you, King. I don't even sound right, y'all. T Mac, I am still showering. Always, how you doing? Kamara, the Stepper Ravens, salute to you, King. How you doing? King DGB, how you doing, Dirt Game Boss? I ain't seen you in there. I hope you've been good, sir. Ken So Loved One, how you doing? How you doing, beloved? Welcome in, welcome in. King JT, Big Joe Townsend. Yeah, Old Hillside. Go ahead and put that in the put your link in the chat so people know. Shop with the great brother out here in business for himself. Shout out to him. Along with some other brothers, I do believe. So yeah. Man, that's the fight that just it sucked me in, teammate. I was watching boxing, but my husband was like, Ron Lyles from our city. He's like, you should go check that one out. I was sold after that. It's my favorite fight. Thank you. How you doing, Doc? How you doing? That's my little one. How you doing, Doc? Accavelli, good to see you. Good to see you, young bro. Every time his show comes on, my phone starts ringing. I don't know what it is about Act, and I always gotta go back and watch it. How you doing, John? I hope you're feeling well today, King. I hope you're doing good. All right. No dilly dallying. There's been so much flipping stuff going on this week. Inboxing. I was gonna go live earlier this week, and I should have because I wasn't sick. But here it is. Here it is. Man, great card this week. Great card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some little ups and downs and little hills and valleys in it, man. It's been interesting flipping week. So much going on. There you go. Shout out to the great brother Joe Townsend. Y'all go check out the old hillside. Urban. You're up out of the Bay Area. Salute to you, King. So, man, where to start? Where to start in this thing? Man, sheesh. We got our main, and that's Isak Pitbull Cruz versus the great brother Lamont Roach. That's gonna be for the WBC Interim World Superlight. Look, I don't know if y'all was watching that just now. Did y'all see Isak's muscle? It looked like he got a bicep tear on the top. Like, I already think he's getting his ass beat. I already think he's about to get an ass beaten. But hey, how you doing, Merv 15? How you doing, Phil? Man, I think it's solidified now. That arm looking nasty. Looking nasty. All right, so here we go. Isak is 28, 3 and 1, 18 knockouts. I should have wrote down the weights today, but I didn't because I ain't in my right state of mind. So y'all bear with me. 5'4", 6'3.5" reach. He is an orthodox fighter, 27 years old. On the other side, we got Mr. Lamont Roach out of DMV. He is 25, 1, with 2 draws, 10 knockouts, 135 pounds, 5'7", with a 68-inch reach. That longer reach. Orthodox, he is 30 years old. As for the breakdown, I'm trying to keep these short too, because I don't want to start coughing on y'all. It's disgusting. So Lamont, is a counter puncher, good IQ. Let me move my mic a little closer to me. He has good punch placement. He can pivot and work angles. He also employs pressure, but educated pressure, and he will sit in the pocket and trade. He has great defense, rolling and slipping, parrying. He's a very technical fighter. Cruz on the other side here, um, quintessential Mexican style, flat footed, come forward, looping shots and hooks. He's fast and relentless, and his defense is like armor. It's like a little turtle shell. I don't know how else to explain it. He just looks like a little turtle when he shells up to me. High, tight guard, arms covering his torso, very accurate. Um, Punch who stays in the pocket, a very accurate puncher who stays in the pocket. Lots of combos and counters as well. And I talked about it. He got his little baby jab going now too. That he be getting in. For me personally though, I think one, I'm happy. I'm happy to see that Lamont is moving up because I've said before I would like to see Lamont at 35, even up to 40, and now here we are. He's at 40. Let me put my chat on the screen so I can see what you're saying. Yeah, he had a bicep looking like that for a minute. It still does. It looks nasty. It looks nasty. Looks like he's gonna be hurting. Um, Roach can control this fight with his feet alone. I agree. How you doing, Drew Titan? Big bro. How you doing, fam? Yes, these guys are gonna come to fight. Look, I'll get into it as we go, but yeah, this is gonna be one of them. That's gonna be a war. Um, Lamont's talking about knocking Isak out, y'all, and I ain't, I can't see it. I believe I picked him for unanimous decision for sure. Um, but I can't say that he won't. I can't say that he can't. I mean, Lamont shocked the mess out of me when he fought Tank. I thought he would use his feet. I thought he would move around Tank, and the brother just sat there in the pocket and was basically timing him on hand movements alone. Every time um, Tank was given a tail before he threw his shot, and Lamont caught on to that early, and he was catching him. I can't remember if it's the Tank pulls his hands down before he throws, or if he's lifting him up. But either way, I have to go back and watch it. But Lamont was catching him. Here, it's gonna be a little different. We already know that Pitbull's about to be all gas, all gas. So I think it is going to be incumbent upon Lamont to use his feet, pivot out. I mean, and this is the same thing I said about Tank, yo, but he didn't. He just sat there in the pocket and was fighting that man. So who's to say he won't do that again? Um, Very excited about this fight. It's not the fight that I've been waiting on, but I am super excited. Lamont is fronting. Isak is one dimensional. The blueprint is out. All you have to do is box him, and that's facts. Because that's what I was about to say Omano. That's what Jesus, yo, the brain. Jose Venezuela. That's it. El Rayo. That's what El Rayo did. He boxed him. But see, that's the thing, Drew. Look at what
Abdullah just did. Abdullah could have easily boxed Sam Noakes, but he had something to prove, right? To us, which I don't feel like he necessarily did have to prove that because he could have got him out of there early. But he sat there and banged it out with that man. I think Lamont may do the same thing. I mean, I don't know really. We're gonna see. But he's talking about knocking him out. He's gonna have to get off some angles and get up under him, hit him with something he don't see. I can't see that either. I don't know if Roach realizes he's gonna be punching down. I think he knows. I think he knows. He has to know. Hey, Coach Dina Wells, how are you doing, y'all? So yeah, I went and watched your film. That was a good documentary. If you would like, definitely put that in the chat. Y'all go check out Coach Dino Wells' documentary about himself. I think it was back in 2012 when you were coming back into the game. It was a good documentary, guys. The fight will be a great match, not boring at all. I believe it will be a unanimous decision. Me too. If he stays in the pocket too long with Isak, blocking and countering, and he's good at that. But Lamont can possibly get stung. I agree. I agree. It's gonna be nasty in there, y'all, but it's gonna be good for us. It's gonna be good for us. Jordan Smith, how you doing, Sam? It's good to see you. Fairly good fights. Excited, honestly. I'm excited. Very excited to be honest. Because there's one more fight on this card that I've been waiting for. There goes little baby Mariah up there. She doing her thing now. She's about to start walking. Time be flying. Laura versus Janabek is a stain though. Yeah, we gonna get to that, sir. And T Mac, I'm glad to see you in here because I know you was about ready to walk away from me for screw two. I'm glad to see you here. I appreciate you. Lamont has nothing to prove but box the shit out of. I agree, Coach. I agree. I agree. Y'all see that Foster versus Fulton for the 135 interim WBC interim to be Shakur's mandatory. No, I didn't see that, Jordan. Not yet. Good Lord. Like I said, it's been so much going on this week, and then with the WBC convention in Bangkok, like it's just been a lot. This card has had a lot of turmoil, man. That's crazy how it works. Okay, WBC's trying to get that three man, trying to get 3% of everybody. I didn't tear up. I'm pretty tough little old lady, but yeah, it was. There were some sad points in there. Again, I don't see that you put the link in the chat. It's a very good documentary, and I think people should really go out and show you some support and watch it because it was good. It was some tough spots in there though, but no, I didn't cry. I didn't cry. I was a tough little bird. So, man, look, next fight. Let me get my to my notes. And I didn't go full throttle on all these guys, man, because it's just a lot. It's a lot of news and a lot going on. This is what I've been waiting for. For the end of the year, the last quarter, the fights that I wanted to see were Norman versus Haney, Foster versus Fulton. And so this is one. Um, Scooter. Eh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, where do I start? Here, y'all. Where do I start? Here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Oshak because we working our way to the noise to the mess. So Oshaki, 23 and 3 with 12 knockouts. He's orthodox, 5'8.5" tall, 72-inch reach, and it doesn't have his age. Interesting. He's a switch hitter, sharp punching, counter puncher, quick reflexes. He can fight off the back foot or walk you down. He utilizes the Philly shell and he's good at adjusting and giving different looks. And oh, I just put who he's trained by because I always be wondering that man's name, and I can't ever get it, but I got it now. Um, Stephen Fulton. This is gonna be his first fight in this division. He is the current WBC World Featherweight title holder, and their fight is gonna be for the WBC Super Featherweight title, right? Well, it was. Look, it was. But I'm gonna get into that because I heard something, and I'm trying to see if I was wrong about what I heard. So, Scooter Stephen Fulton is 23-1 with 8 knockouts, and of course we know he was TKO'd by Naoya Inoue a couple of years ago. Um, he is 31, 5'6.5", 70.5 inch reach, and he is an orthodox fighter. Now, of course, everybody know. Scooter, look, and it's funny because if y'all recall, I was calling Scooter a little Teletubby before all this got started. 'Cause the first press conference, this dude came in looking so damn chubby, belly poking, grease stain on his shirt, like he'd been eating some Philly cheesesteak chicken. I don't know what the hell. Um, just round and sweating. Oh my god. So, oh, let me do my breakdown on Steven. Let me be fair. Um, his jab. He doesn't get the credit deserved for his jab. It has variety, and he uses it the way you like to see fighters utilize it. And it's pretty. It appears to be a pretty hard and stiff jab, right? Fast combinations with excellent accuracy. We acknowledge him as a boxer, but Scooter fights his ass off in the pocket beautifully. He knows how to be first and control a bout. He's durable workhorse. Um, Boxes on the outside or bang and outclass you on the inside. High volume and strength combos and creates angles. Some similarity with them as far as the abilities and being technical. But yeah, Scooter missed weight. Came in at 132. Now I heard Jimmy Lennon Jr. say that the title was still on the line. I heard him say it twice. So I was tripping. Like, what the hell? It can't be right. Um, can't be right. I'd never not support this channel. Can't walk away from actually. I appreciate that. You know I appreciate you. I'm waiting for the day you hit that link, brother. Bullet Gibson, how are you doing? King, how you doing? It's good to see you in here. Aunt McQueen, Mauricio the Marauder. Look, don't make me cough, please. Don't make me cough. It's telling. You know what's funny to me is that again, this is gonna be his first fight at 130, right? He only fought at 26 or twice. Yeah, he fought Carlos Castro, which of course was after the Inoue fight. We know he got knocked down in the fifth round and he came back. That was a tough fight. But he ended up winning. I think he looked well in the end, all things considered, right? Brandon Figueroa was a rematch, and he dogged that boy. And yeah, and to be honest, I picked against him in that fight. I picked against him in that fight. I thought Figgy was going to beat him, and he didn't. Shout out to Scooter for proving me wrong. I ain't mad. Oshaki needs to not be passive aggressive. Yes, just relying on defense. So in the beginning, initially, I had picked Stephen Fulton because just off my memory, I recall Oshaki just kind of waiting around, especially like with the Eduardo um, Hernandez, I think that is Rocky Hernandez, yeah, fight where he finally knocks this man out in the 12th round. That was a tough fight. He was set to lose that. Eddie, that was his last fight with Eddie. Eddie drug him down to Mexico to get his ass beat, and he showed up. He showed out, but it just took so long. And then there's other fights where he just kind of lingers around, waiting to start. waiting to get started. And that's what I said in my breakdown. Um, Stephen Fulton knows how to get it cracking off the bat. He knows how to get busy. But y'all, so I go back and I'm looking over fights again. Well, Oshaki knows how to do that. Oshaki knows how to get busy off the bat, off the top. Why he does not sometimes, I don't know. But I think here we gonna see that because clearly Oshak got a chip on his shoulder, even if the belt is off the line now. His title's not, at stake. He's been feeling disrespected, right? But this is a PBC card, so I don't know why he doesn't think that for some reason they're not gonna favor their fighter. Um, they've been doing little funny stuff like putting the same thing they did to Brian with Devin, putting the good lord, putting the challenger on the left hand side of pictures. Usually it should be your champion and your challenger. They just be doing stuff. They just be doing stuff, and it's been some back and forth. But I think at the end of the day, I question. I did question Oshaki moving up. This being the first time in this division, I was also thinking to myself, well, dang, could he have reached his cap? Sometimes these guys are moving up. Sometimes you go a step too far. But hey, this dude came in at 132. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's just not being disciplined. I guess I'm not sure, but I definitely thought it may be a step too far. But he has a chip on his shoulder too. For what? I don't know, because you're the one missing weight. So full missing weight is selling. Oshaki needs not be pat. Yes, okay. Yeah. I have Oshaki could win this, but Cool Boy could snatch the victory by UB. I agree with that. I can see that. But I think Oshak is about to just the longer reach. He's a very good counter puncher. I mean, both of them are. Like I said, they have so many similarities as far as being technical. The footwork, but it just seems like at the end of the day, for me too, Oshak, he seems to be able to go that extra mile. Seems to be able to go that extra mile. He seems to be able to dig that shit out. Like I think they both got dog, but we gonna see who got the bigger dog. This one's gonna be good. Respect to Foster for keeping this fight on, despite being hungry. Please don't make me laugh, sir. I'm sick. I'm sick. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to laugh. Pulled by decision. Okay, Jordan. I see a lot of people still. I see a lot of people still thinking. Yes, round and sweaty, man. Good lord. Bull versus the Peta. I would like that. I would like that. I think the volume would be crazy. Because Fulton, like I said, he could sit in that pocket and he could bang it out. I like that about him. How you doing, Michael Ray? Blessings to you, family. Ah, yes. Good brother. One TH to another. How you doing, Thomas Hill? It's good to see you, Phil. And Ant. I saw you when I didn't see that. How you doing, Ant? I hope you feeling good because I think you sick too or something. I don't know what's going on. It's freezing up in here. Not in my house, but in Denver. It's ridiculous, man. It snowed. I saw that 135 interim was supposed to be up for grabs in the Herrera Nunez matchup. Mauricio pulled the pass. Yeah. What else is new? That WBC convention, boy, they put some stuff out there. They put some stuff out there. Oh, okay, let me see. How you doing, Will Old School, my friend? How are you doing? Be safe at work, sir. Be safe and have a blessed day, Old School. I think Cruz gets knocked down this fight. I can see him getting knocked down, Bella, but what you think about the KO he's going for? Oshaki avoids opponent's power once he feels it and sets in defensive mode. I have seen him do that. If you're talking about him leaping back and totally resetting himself and his opponent, but sometimes Like I say, I just went and looked at different fights. Sometimes, and maybe that's the difference. It's the difference in power, right? Sometimes he just kind of leans back. So that has to be it. He doesn't necessarily totally disengage, but I've definitely seen him disengage, and that was a little concerning for me. He turns gun shy and thinks his movement and pop shots will pull off the win. No, depends what the judges are looking for. Well, I tell you what, all things considered, he's in Texas. We know about home cooking, not to say that that's going to happen, but it does happen, right? So I wonder if they'll give him that type of consideration. I hope it doesn't even have to come to that. I don't want to see him hopping back in this fight. I would like to see him working. He absolutely is going to have to work with somebody who I just said is a workhorse. You ain't going to get away with the BS. Um, move the enter. Okay. Hey, Lone Star Steph. How you doing, Steph Brown? Blessings to you, fam. Please hit the like button, you guys, and subscribe. I don't care about the sharing so much, but I appreciate Steph asking people to share. Man, he even on yeah, his belly was poking on the stage today. Okay, Pitbull might get stopped. Depends on Lamont conditioning and shot selection. I agree. Pitbull walking into he gonna walk into whatever he sure is. You know what I would love to see Lamont anybody throw something that makes Pitbull think, gives him pause. That would be interesting for me. Not shocked for Miss Wade. Dude is so unprofessional. He's never missed Wade before though, but at least he didn't use drugs or give no bad substances. Hey man. Yep, here we go with the BS. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure I'm connected to the other internet, man. I'm telling you, there's always something up in this house. Well, actually, no. It's this stuff just started happening recently, so I don't even know. It could be even the weather. But I'm back. It's always something. Fulham's not going to get full credit if he beats Foster either way. I agree. I agree. And I don't know, should he? You miss weight, sir. Like, you definitely be more professional. I've never seen him do that before. So, yes, let's go Lamont Roach. Let's go. Okay, so on to the next. Shout out to Oshaki. Um, yeah, we're going to see what happened. I'm going to breeze through these next ones and just give my picks. The return of the ghost. So very happy to see this great brother coming back. And I like Francis Bartholomew. I mean, a lot of people don't. I like Francis because he's always going to give you a good fight, in my personal opinion. Frank Martin is 18-1 with 12 knockouts. And of course, we know he was stopped once by Tink Tink. by Tink. Gervonta Davis, right? Francis Bartholomew, 33-1, 15 knockouts, and he was, to me, controversially stopped by Gary Antoine Russell. You know, it was a ref stoppage in that fight. In this fight, we know Frank is returning under the tutelage of Jesus, Buddy McGirt. Um, and he seems to be very excited, you guys. He really wants to show everybody what he got now, and that he's a level up from where he was. And I personally think Frank was already a damn good fighter for what it was worth. Apparently, he's now even more well-rounded. Shout out to him. I got him winning this by unanimous decision, but he has also said that he has intentions on knocking out Bartholomew. We shall see. What new implementation exactly Frank put in his game? I'm definitely excited. Snowman McQueen flying in. Please don't say the word snow. Good lord. When the bell rings, four-time award-winning. Oh, yes, that's the name of the movie, the documentary, guys. Go check that out. It is actually a very good documentary. Shout out to Coach Dino, who is the subject matter in the documentary. Very, very interesting and good documentary. Uh, Next up, look, I am a huge supporter of one Jesus Ramos Jr. You guys, um, I think the first time I saw him actually fight, it was live. He was fighting Joey Spencer. This man took off that robe and stood up straight, and I said, "Well, God dang, if that ain't a big ass cobra bag." This child is just big for no reason. I don't know why he's so big, because even now he still looks big. But he's actually this is gonna be what his first fight, I think. It was 60, and this is for the WBC interim world middleweight title. He's 24, southpaw, 5'10", 72-inch reach. 23-1 with 19 knockouts, and he's fighting one Shane Mosley Jr. 22-4, 12 knockouts. I think Shane. I know Shane's in his 30s, but I think he's like 33 or 34. 6'1", 77-inch reach. So Shane has the reach advantage over El Mano. And the height. 6'1" to 5'11". But on the stage now, they look very comparable in size to me. And maybe not the reach, but why he asking why I'm giggling? I don't know. I'm trying not to laugh at anything though, because I'm gonna start coughing on y'all in a second, and I don't want to do that. But I like El Mano. I think he's definitely the more well-rounded fighter. Let's see. Mosley started out in 2014. Like I say, Yamano's only 24. He started 4 years later, 2018. I just think he's still, it took a while before Shane Mosley really started to come on. And I want to say that was last year or the year before last. He fights under Golden Boy. He's starting to look better, but he's open a lot. When he's throwing his shots, exiting, hands down, just kind of exposed. He's not as bad. He's nowhere near as bad. He ain't got the heat. He ain't got the speed. Like he ain't got none of that. Shane Mosley. He ain't got nothing that his pops got. But he has gotten better for what it's worth. I think this is his first 12 rounder, you guys. It is. It's gonna be his first 12 rounder. Shout out to Shane. He looked like he got a little chip on his shoulder. I don't think it's gonna matter. Jesus is punching, and he just has the better technique, in my personal opinion. So I definitely have Ramos Jr. actually for a TKO in 7. I think his power is like that. I think he could. I think he can get the ref to get this up out of here. We gonna see. We gonna see. So going into this, so another fight that is on the card. Here we go. Laura, Erzlandi Laura, man, um, very a veteran. Okay, let me just say that because there's a lot of things I could say about Laura, and I like Laura a lot. 31-3, 3 draws, 19 knockouts. Um, Out of Cuba originally. 42 years old, we know he's 5'9" with a 75-inch reach. And he was a southpaw. Initially, as we know, this bout was set to be against Janabek. Look, y'all, Janabek. I can every time I say his last name, I say it's something different, and it be wrong. It be wrong, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, good old Janabek. Laura is the WBA title holder for the middleweight division. I do believe his belt. Yeah, the belt's still on. The belt is still on his belt. But initially, it was supposed to be Janabek, and I think he has the WBC and the WBO. Let me make sure for sure. But as we know, um, Janabek popped dirty, y'all. Good lord, good lord. For I'm gonna have to add the name of this drug in, you guys, because goodness grief, I have so many dang slides. Let me make sure I get the right one. This folder that got a little full. I think it's called Meldonium. Janabek Alim Alim Kanuli. Uh, oh no, that's him painting. That's not even the right one. But this is gonna lead into what I'm gonna say about Mr. Janabek. Goodness grief, what a goofy. I mean, and the thing is, his B sample does still have to get tested. Um, but I think it is called Maldonium. Again, so many flipping slides. Let me try this one. Meldonium is a banned substance in sports due to its potential. I can't read behind this thing over here for some reason. Athletic performance by increasing endurance and recovery. It was hmm, added to the World Anti-Doping Agency's prohibited list in 2016 after evidence showed widespread use among athletes for doping purposes. Meldonium, known as mildronite, is a medication developed in Latvia primarily for treating heart conditions. So many of these things, y'all. Look, I think I briefly spoke about EPO and how it's been is being used currently by a certain company, and it's not EPO. It's, I guess it's another form of it, but it has the same thing, helping with heart condition. But in the meantime, what it does is improve blood flow and oxygen, delivering oxygen to tissue, which can enhance physical performance. It has been banned in sports since January of 2016 by the World Anti-Doping Agency, being WADA, due to its potential misuse, drug enhancing. It also reduces fatigue, allows athletes to perform better. It also improves recovery times, um, cognitive functions. Yeah, look, y'all. So Laura is now fighting Johan Gonzalez. People making fun of Johan. Johan actually was beaten and stopped by Tellez and Ramos, I believe, last year. Yoenis Tellez and oh wait, Jesus Ramos. But he's a good contender to step in. I think he's gonna get stopped. I have Laura knocking him out in 6. I did a breakdown on Laura. We know he's a Cuban fighter. He has good legs. Well, he used to. Good legs, good 1-2, good straight left. Now that Laura is 42 and not moving around so much, um, because what he would do is also, always circling around, pivoting out. Now he's just sitting in the pocket and he's knocking fools out. It just is what it is. And it's beautiful thing, to be honest, to me, to watch Laura still fighting at 42. Again, I got him knocking Johan out in 6. We shall see. I know y'all been in here talking ish. I know y'all been talking. I'm trying to make sure because not too much. Oh no, I don't like them like that. Sis, I don't like them like that. No, I like him though, man. I like him as a fighter, and even though I the controversial thing with the him and I was about to say you big yo. I'm definitely sick. My brain is like bloop. Uh, him and I still got Erickson Lubin. I actually thought Erickson beat him, and I had money on that. And I had money on my Filmano, but it is what it is. Junior is the Timu version of his dad. I ain't mad at you for saying that. Yeah, man. Coach Dino being rough in here. He's a foot and a half past his prime, still doing his thing. He should win this by UD. I think the TKO. He would have gotten served up, in my opinion, by Janabek. It sucks that we won't be able to see that. Because again, I think that Dane, and then Jarrell be laughing at me when I say his rear. I think that his power hand would have been the equalizer, possibly. Because what I was going to say about Janabek, you guys, and the fact that he's been caught on this meldonium, um, supposedly. We're waiting for the B sample, right? Because he vehemently says he's not dirty. He did test clean, I think, in December 2nd. It came out. One of them came out like he was clean or something. And then it popped again. And he didn't even know. They just put it out like they've been doing, just putting this out. And I don't think that they're necessarily notifying the athletes initially when they're popping dirty. They're going straight to Mike Cappinger. Like it's kind of weird. It's just so much going on with these people popping that I'm just really starting to question. Um, mm, is some of this shit set up? Is some of this shit people really popping? And you just don't know who to trust because the athletes are dirty. Then you have these people that run boxing that are they're dirty. I can see them setting people up. I'm gonna get a little bit more into that, but so I go back and I'm looking at Janabek's fight, you guys, and to me personally, there are times when he gets a little winded. He's a little winded. But the fact that a 32-year-old man would have to take PEDs for a 42-year-old, eh, it's kind of sad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how everything shakes out. It's just so much BS going on. Can't believe Janabek did that ish. Hey, I will throw the link up here in shortly. Using some serious artillery, he was near the same stuff they injected Captain America. Look, so this is why I say too with Janabek, man, look, I think I was showing that slide where Janabek had before, um, you know, fainted on the way to the scale. Let me find that image again. Fainted. Now, for me personally, I believe Janabek needs to move his big ass up. And that's just my opinion. You know. Oh, there's Meldonium again. That's the one I was actually looking for, y'all. Shame. Like I said, I need to clean out that folder for my life. Because there's a lot going on. Lots going on. Here we go. Janabek, here we go. So, Janabek fainted while attempting the weight cut for his scheduled title defense against Andre Mikhailovich. Incident occurred just hours before the fight, which was set to take place in Vegas. He was admitted to diagnosed with severe dehydration, showed no signs of kidney damage. He was placed on an IV and was not in any condition to fight. Right. Um, As a result, the co-feature between Raymond Murataya and Tevin Farmer was elevated to the main event. I'm sure you guys remember this now, right? Check this out. This is Janabek and Bevo. Y'all. Why the hell is this dude so fucking big? 175 for sure. And I said this about him, so this ain't nothing new for me personally. Janabek don't need to be fighting down, squeezing down to 160. That's just my personal opinion. It's a big ass dude. Now, yeah, if you can make weight, you can make weight, blah blah blah. But in my personal opinion, is this guy trying to gain an advantage just with his size alone? I'm curious how much he was rehydrating up to in these fights. Like it's just they need to do better. Um, you could at least move up to 168 and try to fight some guys there. And I know somebody I think in 160 that'll beat the dog shit out of Janovic right now. Um, but that's a whole nother story. So on this card also was supposed to be Elijah Garcia versus Alexis Gayton. Off. They're making claims that Gayton failed the PED test. I'm seeing where people are saying it's not true and they need to take this down. Well, I ain't seeing in the news, in actual news, and looking whether it's true or not. I don't see anything being said about it, to be honest with you. It's just off. Clearly, for this to be posted, somebody saw something somewhere. I don't know what the hell is going on, y'all, with these people. Uh, it's just, again, it is a lot. It is a lot of bullshit going on. I think I did say who I got in that fight, right? I said Laura. Yeah, Laura to knock out Johan Gonzalez in 6 is what I got. Yes. I know some people think you did. I got. Man, he's huge. Like, get the hell out of here, dude. Get your ass on up. Shimmy your way up to 175. So, okay. Martin, Ramos, Foster, Roach, Laura. Yeah, we got other fights that we're betting on in the, or not betting on, that we're choosing and picking in the pool. I will just say that Jai Apataya is also fighting this weekend, and I got Jai stopping. What is that guy's name? Hold on a second, because he ain't nobody that most of us would ever. Hussein Sinkar. Um, I got him stopping him TKO in 6. So, but that fight, as far as I know, will not be televised. You won't be able to watch it. I fought 97% of my amateur career at 165, 168. My last 2 amateur fights were at 175. My pro debut was at 175. In the amateurs, I fought around my walk around weight. That makes sense. That makes sense because I imagine you were probably a lot younger. And it seems like most guys, I think, do. I don't think those guys is cutting down on the amateurs. How you doing, Oster? Oster, how you doing? What's going on with this card? It's some shit show ish going on in this thing, like. But this is what we end up with, right? This is what we ended up with, and you know what? I'm just gonna be happy with what we got going on here, and also Jordan Roach is gonna be fighting, which is Lamont's little brother. He's 5-0. He's fighting Brian Santiago. He's a super flyweight, so. Y'all, it's always some BS going on. So, also this week, um, it came back out that Subriel Matias is not guilty. That he had some contamination going on in his supplements. Yeah, there's so much going on, y'all. This shit is really frustrating for me. Um, so his fight against Dalton Smith will continue. I think it's January 10th. Yeah, the Barclays Center in New York. He's gonna get 1 year probation. But with that being said, Because of this, all of a sudden, shout out to Boxing Scene. Let me share this screen with y'all. It's just, again, it's always something going on. Y'all. Always something going on. Because of this, the WBC announces plans to remove the contamination loophole from positive tests. Look at this shit stain right here. Yeah. Hey, what you doing? Ugh. So in the WBC convention, they've announced changes to their clean boxing program, which will take effect February 1st, 2026. The changes Mauricio Suleiman told Boxing Scene are designed to prevent boxers from claiming they unknowingly ingested a banned substance through a supplement or equivalent. Yeah. There have been numerous cases in recent years where Saul Canelo or Subriel was recently as November when high level fighters have failed PED tests only to then insist that the findings are mysterious and thus must have been caused by contamination to their diet or supplements they taken. So why wait till Subriel claims that he was contaminated? These guys been doing this shit all year. Last year, year before that. But he's the camel. He's the straw that broke the camel's back. I just find this shit. Yeah, he's a shit stain, man. I just find this stuff interesting. Now, mind you, I'm not upset. I'm not upset that they're not giving these people a way to wiggle out of this. But, and this is gonna sound crazy, y'all. At the same damn time, I just feel like all of this works together like a well-oiled machine. Because let me show you something else. This should just drive me nuts. Okay. At the same time, shout out to ESPN. And this is from 2019, but it's still shit ain't changed. USADA backs supplement program for athletes. So the United States Anti-Doping Agency has announced its official recognition of NSF certified for sport dietary supplements as lower risk products in an effort to help curb the number of contaminated supplement cases under its jurisdiction. I'm not gonna go too much further with that. I'll put this link in the chat because I just look. Let me just say this. Hold on. Here y'all go. Hey, Cass, how you doing, beloved? Salute to you. Salute to you, King. And Marky Dan, how you doing, Freaky Deaky Marky? Freaky Deaky Marky. So it's to me, it's like a vicious cycle, y'all. Like what's going on? It's almost like they're all again in cahoots. So you want to allow these guys to take supplements that are approved by the USADA, but those same companies now clearly, these fighters are taking these drugs and they're still being contaminated. So what's the deal? How is it that the things that are banned, how are they popping up in the mix? How are they getting into these facilities? Is someone doing it? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. So now you're going to penalize them. I mean, to me, it's just all money. It's all money. Now you're going to penalize these fighters who are taking substances that y'all said they could take. And if they're contaminated, well, then they're going to be suspended. They're going to have to pay a fine. Like it is just a whole shit show to me. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust no flipping Mauricio Suleiman. He's shit. I don't trust the companies that are making these supplements. I don't trust. I definitely don't trust no USADA or any U.S. organized government freaking alphabet boy company that says that they're looking out for the betterment. No, no. It's all a way to just get money. And they're all shaking hands because when I say that I support you guys, well y'all can sprinkle a little crack in the mix, and then when he takes that supplement, well then we can jump on his ass and say, hey, he's done pop dirty. Now here come the officials saying, oh well, apparently it's not New York State Athletic Commission for them, and California and Nevada. I guess that 0.85 that Subrio came in, like he could have flew in those three states. I guess the other states, the number or the amount that he's able to have a system is even lower, so he wouldn't have flew anywhere. But he was safe in New York, which surprises me. Which surprises me. Um, yeah, that was like I said in the beginning. Well, you weren't in here. The I watched it with my husband off and on. I mean, I watched it even as a kid off and on with my family. But it was the Ron Lyle and George Foreman fight. One day, my husband was just like, "Ron Lyle's from our city. You should go check him out." He fought George Foreman. I was like, "Really? Okay." And I watched that, and it just sucked me in. That's what it was. That's what it was. Like I said, I've been watching boxing all my life, but I was too busy being a girl, being a mom, being all the other things. Like, I watched it, but I really didn't have any true interest in it. That probably happened about 2018 or something like that. 2018, 2017, something like that. Same time I found out I was an Israelite. It was about the same time. About the same time. How you doing, Tay Tay? How you doing? Beautiful Tay Tay. How you doing? Ruben, how you doing? Pumpkin. Shout out, Ruben. How you doing, man? So yeah, man, I just question a lot of this, and of course we know another thing that happened this week again with the same gentleman, the same gentleman. Oh, let me see. Let me make my little timestamp here because it's been a lot. Um, Let me also say that when Roach steps into the ring, you guys, the WBA is going to strip Roach for the super feather title, and it's gonna elevate James Jazza Dickens, and then Jazza will turn around and actually defend that title against Hayato Tsutsumi on December 27th. So that's on the ring fifth card. I think that's the night of the samurai. So um, Roach is finally going to lose that 130-pound title he's just been hanging on to while he's been doing his team running around here, right? I am almost 50 years old, coach, so no. You know what? Okay, put it like this. When I was 18, I mean, because there are gyms in Denver, a lot of gyms in Denver, and Colorado Springs is where the UFC facility is. So when I was like 18, I did. Um, there was one in the next city over, and I would drive past it, and I thought about it, yeah. But at the time, I didn't think about it for actual fighting. I thought about it because I was a health nut and I wanted to stay in shape. Um, and then even as I got older, a few years, because I had my first child that next year, it was still there, and I drove by and I would look at it and it's like, but no, no, no. I'm 48. I am not trying to get punched in the face today, sir. I'm not trying to get punched in the face today, sir. Um, okay, so let me find this other. As we know, here, let me open this over here. This happened. Let me share my screens again. Find the right one. You got the right one today. You made this
He did not comply with the rules, and he moves up to super middle and makes the fight of the century. Beats Canelo, makes $50 million around that. The WBC absolutely is not going to charge 3% of such an amount. We made a very clear 0.6%, which is $300,000. With $225,000 going to the Possession and Man Boxers Fund, which is to help former fighters in need. And it is just regrettable, not even a thank you or I'm sorry, taking a different route. No response. I wish him the best. But this is not. The WBC is huge, it's great, it's about greatness, and I'm really congratulated. So he did not.
So, Little Shit Stain came out complaining about an agreement that he made with Bud and apparently all the other sanctioning bodies to get paid a certain amount out of his purse for the belts for the undisputed fight with Canelo. But they ended up stripping Bud, and now Shitstain is crying about the $300,000 that they got. And as we know, at the end of the day, Bud came back out shooting, and I don't blame him. At the same, I mean, I feel it's a lot of things that I feel about what happened. But if you made an agreement with this man to accept an amount, why turn around and strip him, and why come out and bitch and complain about the shit? And I would like receipts. Personally, I would like to see some receipts as to where this money actually goes and who is helping. Because I've heard that there are fighters who were WBC champions that are in homeless shelters, that are hungry, um, in bad shape, and with as far as their health and needing money for hospital type bills and stuff. Champions. I would like receipts to see where this money's going. Let's look at what Bud had to say. His response to them. He told him recently to kiss his ass. Like I say, I agree with him, but we'll get into it. Let's look at what Bud said first.
Listen. I got something to say. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. What's up, though, everyone? I'm gonna say that first and foremost. I'm gonna say what's up. But I gotta dive right into it. I see Mauricio, got a lot to say about me not paying him $300,000 plus another 100K something for sanction fees, right? He ain't gonna tell me. I ain't even apologize. Like, who the fuck you think I am? Well, you better slap your fucking self. You paying your ass shit. Fuck you talking about paying you $300,000? What makes you so motherfucking better than any other sanctioned bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you, the WBC, think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the fucking green belt, which don't mean fucking shit. Fucking real belt is the green belt, which is free, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You want me to pay you more than the other sanctioned body because you feel like you're better than them? How in the world all the sanctioned bodies agreed to the same amount, but you sit your motherfucking ass up there and say that I need to apologize to you. The fuck? You can take the fucking belt. It's a trophy anyway. The fuck am I paying you every time I step foot in the fucking ring? I'm gonna fucking wear down as the years pass. That don't even make sense. I'm the motherfucker that's putting my life on the line, not you. You ain't stepping your motherfucking ass in that ring. You were nobody else. You were nobody else. So why should I have to pay to carry your belt? You should be paying me if you want to be truthful. You should be paying me. I don't see it irks my nerves how this dude gets on a plane, gets a hotel suite. Him and his buddies, they go out to dinner, 5-star meals, all that, you know, and guess who gotta pay for it? Us fighters. We paying for y'all to come out here that pay them like crazy.
Damn it.
Then he said, allegedly, I made X amount of money. You don't know how much I made. You don't know how much I made. Once again, you speculate. You're speculating. So listen, Mauricio, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Because everybody in the world know you was going for Canelo. You was mad that I beat Canelo. It's okay. It happens, you know? But if you a real fan of the sport, you'd have, you know, say congratulations instead of having that little smirk on your face, all mad and pouting. But listen though, you should have took the money, and you should have been thankful and grateful that I was rocking your belt around as your champion, the WBC champion, the undisputed champion at that. But you want to make it about you. You want to say, oh, well, you stripping. Like, I've been stripped before. IBF just stripped me when I was at 147. Doesn't matter. I'm still considered the undisputed champion. I'm still the champion in the division. Because you know why? The only belt that's recognizable as the champion is the ring belt, baby. That's the #1 belt in the division. That trumps all belts. And guess what? It's free. It's free. How you love that? $180,000 free. How much your belt cost? I wonder how much your belt cost. Huh? I don't see no receipts on your belt. It's crazy. Y'all be having so much taxes on these belts. You got some nerve. It's crazy that you can sit up there and have all these belts. You know, you got the WBC silver, the WBA intern, the whatever belt y'all got, and you taxing these fighters every time they fight, and you claim that you for these fighters. You're not for these fighters. You probably worse than the promoters. But hey, I wish you the best. You know, I wish you the best. You and your company. You know, Turkey. I hope y'all get that done, man. I hope y'all get that done so we can all see, people face like this guy, go away from boxing because they ruin the sport with all these antics that they do. You know, they got they ranking system when people be mandatories for years, like Benavidez. Yeah. They don't strip these fighters, but I give credit to the IBF. They stripped me. They didn't even give me time. They stripped me. Even though I wasn't, coming back down the way, but they handled their business. They did what they were supposed to do. The WBC, you ain't never see them strip, Canelo for the Benavidez. He was what, mandatory for like 2 years? It's crazy. But that's that favoritism shit. But I'm good though, baby. I'm good. I'm living life. I'm happy.
All right. Look, y'all. So much. I am so conflicted about all that. First off, yeah, shout out to Bud for calling this jerk out because yes, he has shown favoritism, and we know he's shown favoritism on many different levels. Be it whether people was caught cheating on drugs, be it these goddamn the franchise belt, be it this money. How you doing, TD? How you doing? Grand afternoon to you, Sunshine. But here's my thing, and here's my issue. Why didn't Bud say nothing when EJ was saying the same exact goddamn thing when they was about to fight? I mean, at the end of the day, when these guys get their titles, when they win initially that night, um, be it just a regular champion, be it a unified champion, be it undisputed, you can't ever take that away. So I can see why he don't give a shit. I don't think they should give a shit either. And if you don't want to pay these sanctioning bodies, then don't. God damn it, Kevin. Look, you don't chill. Don't. How you doing, Jay Will? Peace and blessings to you. How you doing? How you doing? He needs to pay the fees, in my opinion. Look, like I said, if he doesn't want to, then just drop the belt. You accomplished what you set out to do. You became whatever level of champion, right? They can't take that away. On paper, in forever in history, you gonna be that. We seen Floyd do the shit, right? Just don't do it. Um, do I have a problem with the sanctioning bodies? Yeah, I do. I mean, the thing is though, these champions already know this though. You already know that you're gonna have to give them 3% of your freaking purse, which is crazy. And why Mauricio's pocket watching though? And but you agreed to take 300,000. You agreed to take that shit. Now you want you want more money. But what he said is true as well, because that's why I said in the beginning, I need to see receipts. Because there's too many fighters who are retired that are out here sick, homeless, um, in need, like I say, of medical care. Wait a minute, real quick, y'all. Let me try to change my how I'm connected here so I don't hop off again. Hopefully that works. Yeah. But with Bud in particular, Bud has done some things, y'all, that bothers me. And this is, I told y'all, I'm not crazy about Bud. It's certain things he does sometimes that irk me. Why, when you get these damn belts and you have no intention of going back down, you would just hold them. You would just hold on to them. You didn't have a problem paying for their fees in, and you didn't have a problem holding up a fucking division while you was meandering trying to figure out what you was gonna do next. So yeah, when the IBF stripped him, I didn't feel nothing because people was waiting around for you to fucking drop the goddamn belt. So you wasn't going back down to 147. So that's why I say it's a lot of I feel conflicted about a lot of this shit. You know, some of y'all may feel one way in particular or other. I don't. You know, I just feel the way I do. I did hear the link is pinned. It's been pinned in there. Yeah, man, the zoom in and out, it be driving me crazy too, Jay Will, and they might do it again. Do it again. Because it loves you. The zoom in and out loves you. Um, you hate YouTube? ScrewTube is a special place, ain't it? It is a special place. EJ said it, but he still exactly. I agree. But see, that's the thing, Bella. Like, there's no way around it, which is why a lot of people are kind of like, excuse me, even old shit stain came back out and said that. If you're gonna hold the belt and be a representative of, you gotta pay the section fees. But okay, on to something else he said. How do y'all feel about there being one belt? I don't know that I necessarily like it. I don't know that I necessarily like that. I do like the no fees, you know, obviously, and I'm not paying. None of this is coming out of my pocket. But 3%, that's the thing. I don't know how often they have to pay. Every time they get in the ring, they have to pay this money, and it's still 3% of their purse every time. Like that's some shiesty shit. And we know all these dudes are living high off the hog, off of the money they're getting, because none of them have provided anything to say that they're helping fighters, these young fighters coming up. Matter of fact, another shit stain came out and tried to chide, um, tried to chide, but that shit stain would be the powdered nose Oscar De La Hoya, right? With his stupid clapback bullshit. Let me play that one for y'all, cause and I don't think this is the full thing, but yeah, here we go.
Crawford, he told the WBC to basically, except I will make you laugh because today I'm pretty fucking pissed off. Terrence Crawford, he told the WBC to basically go fuck themselves yesterday and is refusing to pay sanctioning fees to them for his $50 million fight against Canelo. $50 million. Did he forget where he came from? Or how he got there? How do you think you rose to that level? Through the ranking system. You get positioned to make that kind of money. I mean, come on, you're 38 years old. You've been paying sanctioning fees for a long time in the past. There's nothing new here. There's nothing groundbreaking. You had no problem when they were ranking you to fucking fight Canelo. It's like my agent getting me a huge movie and he's asking for his 10% commission of all the work he put in. And then I tell him, you know what? Go fuck yourself. How fair is that? I've heard Crawford say many times that he loves the belts, but suddenly the WBC is the enemy and the ring belt is the only one that matters? I mean, it looks like that monopoly money really got to your head. This is not the way champions behave.
Yeah, clapback bullshit. Yeah, but does he have a point? Like I said before, It's not nothing new. And yeah, while EJ complained about it, EJ could have easily dropped them belts too. Excuse me, y'all. Again, I am sick. This right here though. Okay, he had the rematch clause, but at some point it was evident that this fool was not gonna rematch EJ. He did not honor that. But he continued to hold on to that belt. I'm just saying. Um uh no to yeah. I don't think I like one belt, y'all. But at the same time, I absolutely agree with this shit. Get rid of all them interim, silver, novel, all that bullshit. We already know that their ranking system is dirty. They just they pay to throw somebody up in the damn rankings. Hence, why the hell is Conor Ben about to be a mandatory for any goddamn body at 147? Like we already know what time it is. Just off the top of again, you guys throwing money to throw people in the rankings, let alone these goddamn extra bullshit ass belts. Let me see. Canelo took what I said and used it. I said that about the agent thing. Oh, y'all go here cooking. Okay. I have no problem with the four major sanctioning bodies, but drop the interim and extra. Yes. Yeah. And maybe there needs to be a set amount. You shouldn't be getting 3% of some of these purses. I'll get into the whole Bud wanting 100 million to fight one fight against Canelo. Fuck out of here. No. Canelo is the face of boxing, and he's doing that for what, 4 fight deal? But you want it for one? No, 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 sir. Because I already felt like they was overpaying Canelo with $40 million fights. Him and Gennady Golovkin. Get the hell up out of here. No, no, 100 million. No, we already know you about to beat Canelo's ass again. No. How surprising we have Mexicano side with the Mexicano. I'm trying not to laugh. Okay. Oscar makes some valid points. Oscar knows that promoters pay the sanctioning bodies to get their fighters ranked. Hello. That means Oscar has paid. We know he has. Yes, sir. When I was actually talking about them paying to get, it was him I was thinking of, but Eddie. All them fools do it. All of a sudden you see some name up in there, you ain't never, who the hell is this? We already know time. There's no way in hell Ryan should be ranked. Thank you. I need that. Well, what I'm gonna do is take my little butt and lay down when I'm finished with this, and I already been taking some stuff and drinking juice and all that good stuff. Stefan Brown, how you doing, great brother?
Hey, Shaw.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just eating a late lunch, listening to you. How
Ah,
about you? Are you
late
feeling a little
lunch.
bit better?
What you eating?
I am
No, this
eating.
is actually my first full day being sick.
Yeah, well, I don't want none of that.
I'm
I'm
kicking it
sorry.
in the butt though. We're combating it. It's good.
How cold
Go
is it
ahead.
out there?
It is 39 degrees, but there is
That's actually
snow on
not
the
bad.
ground.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, it's trust me, it's still cold.
I
I
know.
don't.
In
It's
the mornings, you'd be like, damn. But
even this afternoon. There's no sun out, so yes, it's cold.
I hope you feel better though, man. Um,
Okay, go ahead and cook. I'm gonna let this dog out real quick.
okay. Um, let's see here. What y'all talking about? 100 million. Um, I missed that Oscar video. What was going on with Oscar? What was he saying?
Yeah, Oscar was saying basically that Bud should be ashamed of himself because he knows that there's sanctioning fees for the belts, and that's how they provide for. Again, things that I want receipts for these young people to come up and receive monies, and for fighters who are retired to receive monies to help them. He's saying shame on Bud.
Right.
Hey T Hizzle, how you doing, Thomas?
Mm.
Shava, yes indeed, it's boxing. How you doing?
I'm okay till I read this. No, we don't want that stinking Juneteenth belt. That shit, that shit had the slaves with chains on it. No, we don't want that till
Hey, just repping your roots, man. Cuban links. Oh
I don't
man.
know. He'll let me
Damn, Michael, where you at, B? 28 and snowing?
who
Mm.
29 39? He's talking about 28 and snowing. Oh, yeah. He's in Maryland. Sheesh. But you know what? Yeah, that whole system is moving down from Canada to the east. I'm sorry, y'all, because
That's okay. That's
no,
okay.
I'm talking about for the people in the snow. Because it ain't
Oh,
snowing anymore, but good Lord.
well, it's that
I'm
La
trying to
Nina, you know?
I'm trying to get to Wisconsin to start another job, but as long as it's a blizzard and all that crap, I ain't gonna get to do it. Not Bob telling in the truck. Yeah. It's so dangerous. So Canelo said he wanted 150 for Bud and 200 for Benavidez. Shoot. Yeah, but see, he ended up getting the 150, I believe, but it's for 4 or 5 deal, and that's still too much for me. I didn't think Turkey would buy into that bullshit. I didn't. I still don't like that deal for him. But hey,
How many fights has he fought out of that deal? 2 or 3?
WBC man. How? Yeah, 3.
He's fought 3
He got
already?
one more.
Okay.
He got one more.
Who was the first one? I forget.
Let's just look at Canelo's little
Was that
stinking.
Mungia? No, that wasn't Mungia. That was
No, it came. It came to them again.
no, Mungia was on PBC, I remember.
Coach, how you doing, Coach? You
What's
over there
good?
chilling like a villain, man. Chilling, chilling.
Just in my office right now. Why they doing what they do?
I know
Mm.
that's right. Get him in shape. Whip him in shape, Coach. It may have been Mungia, Berlanga, Skull. So no, Berlanga, Skull, Crawford. He got one more. We
Oh,
started
that's
with
right. He
Berlanga.
did do Berlin. Man,
25 million to fight Berlanga. Whew.
shame. Oh my gosh.
So,
Shame.
gentlemen, what are your thoughts about this belt? Go ahead, T. Hizzle. You were here, Thomas.
You talking about for Crawford and what he said about paying for the
Yeah,
belt?
yeah. And
I
and
I, I agree with Crawford. I mean, I, it's touch and go with that, man, because there are sanctioning fees. And, these people actually do get somewhat of a bonus or a bump from having a belt. It definitely helps your career in certain aspects. But for him in particular, like to say that, yo, you got to pay this amount of money, and it's much higher than anyone, and then you justify it by saying, well, we put it to use. You got too many fighters out here that have, because of what happened in the ring, are dealing with a lot of things and going through a lot of things, and there's no restitution for them. There's nothing that you're putting together for them, and they held your strap. They held your belt. So, like, we don't know exactly what you're doing. We know that night that you had that fight, you made over $13 million just sitting there smiling and drinking beer, or whatever the heck was going
looking
on.
like
So,
you are, yes.
the rule is that you pay for the belt. So you should pay something, but it should not be something much more than what anybody else has had to pay for it. And then likewise, you should be able to see what you're claiming to say that this money goes into a benefit or a trust for these fighters, you should see these fighters getting some type of assistance or some type of help. So I felt what he's saying, but I mean, it's always been that. Unfortunately, these things are just decorated. It's like getting, well, quote unquote, I don't want to offend anybody, but it's like getting a Christmas tree. You put the decoration on that bad boy to make that tree sparkle.
Okay.
But what really makes you sparkle is what you do in that ring, and that's what people know you by. They don't often, when you go back in time, like, oh, this person held this belt during this time. They don't know that. They just know that you was a hell of a fighter and that you was up in there boxing. So I understand what he's saying about the belt. And then there's so many belts that they are cashing out on anyway. And these things don't equate themselves towards you being elevated or you being in line for a championship. So it's just they're making money off the backs of these fighters. Everybody's making money off the backs of the fighters. And a lot of times the fighters aren't making any money. So
Hello.
if you are indeed putting this money into a benefit where it benefits the fighters, how come we don't see it? And I feel him on that. And that's what many people came down on Spence about when they was in the precipice of their fight. During the presser, he said, man, you know what? I don't know what these sanctioning bodies do for us, and I don't know why we got these fees. Why do we pay these fees? Because they ain't showing anything that they do to help us as fighters. When we retire, there ain't nothing coming our way from these companies that's been taxing us for being a champion, for us doing what we had to do in the ring. So that's all I'll say about that.
All right. Come on, coach. Come on, coach.
Well, I believe the 3% is to of the purse, right? Of the sanction fee is 3% of the purse, right? And just like you said earlier, like he's been holding those belts hostage at one point, right? And he was paying the fees on that at that one point, and he wasn't making $50 million a fight at that time. So if you made $50 million this fight, and you had to pay 3%, although you beat their token guy, and you had to pay $300,000, that's more than what you used to pay before. Pay the $300,000. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he just stirring up all this, whatever. I was just talking to my business partner about it, and he said the same thing I said. I just feel that he should just pay the sanction fee. You made $50 million, you have to pay $40 million of that goes. You got to pay it to your teams. I mean, $10 million of that probably got to pay your team and everything off. Whatever. So you're gonna walk away with 400 million. I mean, 40 million, and then you got to pay 300,000 out that for. I mean, you still not hurting, bro. Like, come on. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. So, I mean, I understand with Aerospins and all the other stuff. What are these fees going to? What is going? And I hear what he said about, oh, I'm paying for you going to hotels and drinking beer and wine and all that. I mean, it is what it is too. But now if they're using the money and putting it aside for boxers, retired boxers for, housing, food, things and such forth like that, then yeah, let us see that. Put it to good use for retired boxers that, like you said, if somebody's homeless or something like that, help get them housing, pay for housing or something like that. But we need to see stuff like that. And I think the WBC was good. I mean, I got a belt by WBC, honorary, but I have a belt. They honored me because of my life story, and not trying to segue my documentary in it. My life story warranted that. Do they have to pay a sanction fee for it? No. But that is what it is. But that's all I have to say about it. I just think he should just still pay the sanction fee regardless.
Before you go to step two, I wanted to make mention that I forgot to start it off by saying they both are right. You know what I'm saying? They both are right. I forgot to say that, there is the precedence, and the precedence is there, and it is stated. So absolutely what you said, I agree with as well too. You should pay the fee because it's always been the case. But at the same time, like, I understand where he's coming from when, you make it a big deal about me or you trying to take it from me when you got other folks who possibly have never paid or you make allowances for it. That being the case, I agree with what you just said, coach. Congratulations on being given and awarded that belt. And shout out to my good brother Oster in the chat. I can't text, but shout out Oster. I'm my bad, Oster. My bad, Oster.
Those
Let me get it right. Let me get it right.
talking smack as usual. Yeah. Hit that link, Ghoster. Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, I like what both gentlemen just said there too. And what's up, Coach? Again.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, I think I'll take Coach Dino's side there. I kind of look at it that way too. I mean, it's just paying taxes. Pay your taxes. If you owe them, pay them. Not saying you can't gripe or complain or disagree or put forth a plan that you think would be more successful to the situation. But since that's the case, and that is the president's, just do it. And if not, drop them. I mean, when heading into this fight and then after the fight, I said to myself, Crawford should just drop the belts and disperse, man. I don't see you being a 168-pound champion. And
Okay.
can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to mute my mic.
Okay. So he must have got a phone call. Okay, coach. So Oster, I was just saying that I know that I don't think it should be a flat fee either, because it's not fair to the guys who are not making any money, even though they're fighting for a title versus somebody making 50 million. So I was just saying that, but I do think that you should pay the fee, or once you get the title, just drop the freaking belt. You don't have to. You don't have to continue to hold on to the belt. It really doesn't matter once you've achieved what you want, right?
Because your legacy is made already. I took it off of thing, but your legacy is made. Your legacy is there, so your legacy is not going to get tainted unless you keep stirring up the bull crap and might taint your own legacy. But your legacy is there. Give the belts up. You still was unified champion. I mean,
Correct, correct. Okay, so JT saying, "Oh, you want to go ahead and finish that?"
Just real quick. Sorry about that. Again, phone call. Where was I? Yeah,
So,
I really didn't see uh, Bud defending that, so I thought he should drop it. And frankly, I mean, when I looked at the landscape then, heading into that fight again, coming in that September and afterward, I thought there were plenty of guys who deserve a shot, plenty, really get the smoke rolling. But here we are. It's been held up for the better part of entering fall and autumn season. And now we got this. Well, we got a fighter going against a sanctioned body president. So, I mean,
okay, so JT has a point. Big Joe Townsend said Crawford paid the other sanctioning bodies. He doesn't have a problem with that. Yeah, it's the WBC wanting more. And I said that in the beginning, JT. He's asking for more than what they already agreed on. So I do think that's problematic. And I already felt like I can't prove it, but I do feel like Mauricio's a freaking money grabber with all them extra belts he got.
one more
Also,
thing, Shawa, actually.
go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead.
you know, the whole, I don't know, man, maybe I'm just too old school in this thinking outright. But I think it's nobody's business what somebody makes unless you make it known. And usually in most cases someone's boasting and bragging about how much they make, so it kind of invites that type of trouble in there. Not saying that Terrence did that. And for Mauricio to come out and say how much he made, I thought that was incredibly rude. I thought it's just you would have to prove that fact, but let alone that's a conversation between him and Terrence. So kind of skipping ahead again, knowing that what these fighters are making, I mean, this is not professional football. Their contracts are not put out in the open like that. This is a one-man show. And
Right.
yeah, I just want to add that.
but it is when you sign the contract, is it public? Is it public information though? Like, oh, my fight is $50,000 or $37,000 or $100 million. Is it still public record or no?
It
I
should
think
be.
the purse bids are Coach Dino. Like when they find out, like Like for instance, when Andy Cruz and Raymond Montaler they're going at it, that went to purse bid, and I was surprised to see that do that because you would think Top Rank would just take over and present it, but no, we're gonna get Matchroom instead. And why? Because Eddie bought it for under $1 million.
Yeah,
So that yes,
the
that is
money was
known.
made public though.
You're right.
Murtai is getting 700 hit 700,000, and Andy's getting 300,000. So
Yeah,
here's the thing.
but
Go
not
ahead.
all fights are made, in public. I guess where I was going.
Mm, it should be. I mean, it should be public record. I don't see why not. Thomas Dillamuth says it's supposed to be a cap limit of 300,000. So that means, so TD, what you're saying is no matter how much a fighter makes, the cap that these sanctioning bodies are supposed to be able to get is 300K, which goes back to what was said in the beginning. And shout out to TSO Ty and my kinfolk, bro with soul.
The
So in the
bodega.
beginning, in the beginning, um, that's the thing. Bud is saying he's asking for more money. Once Mauricio found out Bud made 50 million supposedly, he's asking for freaking more money. But TD's already saying the cap is 300K. So he shouldn't be making no millions of dollars if he making millions. I'm guessing is what he said.
Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm.
comical how they
Again, again, incredibly rude and unnecessary. I mean, that's it. I mean, and that's just I'm pretending to be Mauricio. If that were the case, and I really wanted more money, I would have approached him privately. I would not put that information out there, let alone at a what was it, WBC convention
convention.
in Thailand of all
Oh
places.
man, they showed out. Oh, they showed out with this one, man. And some of the stuff they put on the line, it's like, wow. How do y'all feel about them stripping Bud and then immediately Hamza Shiraz and then Billy are supposed to fight? Now, as far as I know, and Billy was supposed to fight Honey Mandir. But now WBC's ordering Hamza Shiraz and Christian and Billy to fight for Bud's belt that was just stripped.
Wait, hang on, Shaw. Wait, Bella, you're flabbergasted. Well, come on up and speak, sister.
Also, while she's coming up to speak, make sure that Ty and Thomas get a chance to get that invite too, because they have very good takes on this as well too.
Well, they already know. Everybody knows that the link is open. So y'all are talking
Yeah, no,
too
sometimes they
high.
just need that invitation, you know what I'm saying? That good old home
So,
cooking, that
so
invite from old
so
Shower
let me
herself.
see. Let me see what she said. If there's a 300K cap, why is the WC pushing the lie that they decrease the percentage from 3 to 0.6? Because that was the thing, Bella. Which I don't know if there's a 300K cap. Yeah, zero point 0.6 is definitely less than 3, right? I have no idea why he would end up paying 300K if if it was supposed to be zero point 0.6, then he shouldn't have paid 300K. Unless that um, just falls short of if he made 50 million, what would be 3% of that? So maybe whatever the case may be, though, he agreed to zero point 0.6.
300,000.
So it still would end up coming up to 300K. But he still asked for more because the purse was bigger, which he shouldn't have done. He don't
Yeah,
have no business asking for more money for sure.
that sucks.
Crazy how they let Charlo hold the belt. Man, look, Mauricio, we all
Yeah,
know
I
he
remember
does what he
that.
wants. Mauricio does what the hell he wants. I think Tucson said it. Whether it comes to the drugs, whether it comes to the belts, Mauricio's gonna do whatever the hell he wants, and nobody can really do nothing about it unless people protest the WBC. I don't see that happening. I ain't mad at y'all for saying stuff. No matter what, when Canelo gets 15 million or whatever, how much will he have to pay if he won? It's it's bull, nothing but bull. Yeah. Hey Rod Neil, how you doing, Phil? Um,
I feel the same way, Shaw. Like, I mean, well, this. I'm not saying this is not a big deal, but again, me personally, I'm just not concerned with what other people are making. I don't, I don't compare myself like that. And then secondly, I think it's more of a bigger deal. Why are you allowing drug users? Why are you? Why is that even allowed? And that just for me, I've been thinking about it the last couple of days. That just shows the pure corruption for on everybody's sake. I mean, look at PBC. Rolly Ramiro's hanging around trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. Apparently, Manny Pacquiao don't even want to fight him, so they're wasting time and shuffling the board there, holding up other fighters. Then you turn around and look at Top Rank with Janibek. There's no telling how long he's been on drugs. All these fights, unifications, and you're right. I was listening to you earlier. He is winded. He's always had winded problems, especially once he won the belt.
Oh, you talking about Janabek? Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
then you fast forward to Sabril and the WBC actually coming out and mentioning Canelo's 2018 case. It's just this stuff is makes the sport look really bad, really bad, really bad, almost to the point where I'm just like I don't even care. I ain't trying to rep that shit.
Look, I don't know why you're flabbergasted. I know you like Bud, so I mean, should I be flabbergasted that maybe you're just going along Bud because you like him? No, I mean people don't feel the way they feel, though.
Bud
And
don't
and the
even.
reality is, I said he should pay if he's gonna hold the belt. He should pay the money. If they agree to a certain amount, Mauricio should take that certain amount and shut the hell up. Like I don't know what there's to be flabbergasted about. I don't know. Um, if it's the
What's that,
300K
Thomas?
is the max, then that's all he should freaking pay. Now I did see something crazy. Somebody saying that his brother-in-law didn't have to pay. I think it was Ty.
Oh, I see
It's
things like
comical how they tried to up the price but never charge guys like JCC Jr. See, that's interesting. But again, the link is there. Y'all can. Mauricio never had the WBC charge his god brother a dime. Never paid a sanctioning fee. See, that's a problem. I don't think that's right.
That's why I
Nothing.
say they have like really good insight.
I
Both
see you,
Ty
Thomas.
always be having good insight, and so do Tommy. Tommy from the Broad. Shout out to both of them. It'd be nice if they would actually hit the link, man. Come up and let's have
Here
this
come
conversation.
Ulster.
It's a good conversation
Here come
because
Ulster.
honestly, like I said, I believe that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shaw.
I said, here comes Ulster's up here now. Welcome, Ulster.
Oh, shout out to the good brother. Us.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can finish talking, Thomas. I was just
No,
coming in.
I was only saying, I understand where Crawford is coming from. I fully understand that. And somebody made the precedence earlier that, a burger from Five Guys is not costing the same as a burger from Wendy's, nor the burger from Wendy's costing the same as a burger from like Carl's Jr. But at the same time, you can't exceed the limit. And then there are other fighters who have not paid, and you didn't make no problem with them, but you making problems for him, and you're putting stipulations on him. And then, like from Crawford, I understand where he's coming from when he's saying, like, "Yo, we paying all this money for this belt, and it's not benefiting us any. We don't see it, and it's supposed to be. You're gonna go out there and say this, but we can't find evidence of it." But at the end of the day, I mean, it is the stipulation. I mean, it is a precedent, and it's already been there. He has to pay. I don't know if he should pay more than the exceeded amount or the exceeded limit, but you should definitely have to pay. But
If you're
it is
gonna
what it
hold it, if
is.
you're gonna hold the damn belt, pay. If you don't want the fucking belt, drop it. You
Yeah, for
already got the
sure.
damn title. Let
For
me say
sure.
something real quick before you go, Austin. TD, you can always come on my panel and say anything because one, I ain't going nowhere sneak dissing about talking about nobody. Anything I gotta say, you already know. I will say to you. So I don't know why you feel like you can't speak it on my channel. I mean, I'm not mad that you want to say it on your channel, but to say this is like, are you saying that about me? I don't even go to nobody's goddamn channel and talk about people. So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
hear
feeling
that.
away because I'm sick, but I don't like the way you put that thing. You already know we're supposed to be better than that. So, um, Silly Mount is a racist weirdo. And fuck the WBC. We haven't forgotten what happened to the Wilder and Franchon Cruz. Yeah. Mauricio Suleiman's father is the godfather of JCC Jr. Who's JCC?
Julio Cesar Chavez
Oh,
Jr.
Julio Cesar.
You know the
Okay,
one who got
Ulster.
deported after he got that fight.
Hmm? Go ahead. Oh, Ulster, go ahead. Welcome to the panel. Don't go off too tough on the girl today. Okay. He'll be back. It's not you. Some people have a problem with speaking. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Fuck them people. Man, I already said, look, if y'all don't like
Yeah,
what
TD,
oh,
you good money our way.
if y'all don't like what the hell I'm saying, fuck you. If you don't like what I go to somebody else's panel and say, fuck you. We all got our own opinions. We're all adults. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. And I definitely don't want to hear shit about nobody getting talked about because of what they say on my channel. Because this is a free space for people to think and to speak. Like I'm not with the weirdo bullshit. I'm not with the childish bullshit. Y'all don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. And I'm still fine today. I don't be mad at nobody or nothing. Like Bella's flabbergasted at me and I still love her. Like, come on, y'all. People need to grow the fuck up. But I feel you, TV. I feel you. I just felt the way. Silly man charges everyone $10 for a burger. And he found out Bud was a millionaire and said, I want to charge him $100 for a burger after Bud paid the advertising. Yeah. Those are facts. Clearly, that's what happened. Clearly, that's what happened. So let me share something Bella did share. Shout out to you, Bella. Apparently, this was in 2015, y'all. Oscar De La Hoya comments on Miguel Cotto dropping the WBC middleweight title. So he was just talking shit to Bud, right? Let's see what he said back in 2015. Former champion turned president of Golden Boy is not happy with Miguel Cotto just 4 days after the 35-year-old is set to fight Canelo for the WBC middleweight title. Alvarez, a boxer with Golden Boy, will still fight Cotto on Saturday in Vegas. Hold on, somebody just joined again. Hold on,
Big
Oster.
shot.
Hold
Oh,
on, Oster. Let me finish reading this. Um, at the Mandalay Bay. Despite the fact Cotto was stripped of the WBC middleweight title on Tuesday for refusing, to pay $300,000 sanctioning fee per Dan Raphael. Like somebody gives a shit about Dan and Cappinger. Okay. De La Hoya expressed his frustration with Cotto's decision not to pay the fee. That sounds about the same energy. Per Rick Reno Boxing, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the promotion, to the sport, to do something like that. Every fighter dreams of fighting for the WBC, and to do something like that is a disgrace. Canelo is ticked off about it. I mean, that sounds like Oscar's keeping the same energy to me. He's chiding somebody for not wanting to pay the fee. TSO Ty. Go ahead. Welcome, Ty, and let me go to Oster because he's in the house. He was here.
yeah. Did you hear me last time? You ain't hear nothing?
No.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead. Don't be going off.
Nah, we heard you. You just got off. You said something. You said, "Go ahead,
No, no,
Thomas."
yeah. No, I heard what y'all said. Go ahead, Oster. But I clicked over. I clicked over and I didn't know that. That's when I clicked back. He was like, "Hold on, Oster, I didn't know." So no, I was just saying that I think that I think that Crawford is right. Because number one, I just said this. If you didn't hear me, but number one, it's like this. From the information that I got and how I see now, if it's a sanctioning fee at a certain fee, or is it a fee per purse? Because those two different things. You know what I mean? So you can't come tell me I'm paying this amount, and because you got that, you won't charge me this. You can't even do that in a retail store, man. You know what I mean? You get eggs for free like that. That's like a kid game. This is for real. So another thing is that Crawford ain't fighting at 168. Me and Ty had this conversation, and Thomas had this conversation on another channel. We know that he was just coming up here to fight anyway. So I wouldn't pay personally if I'm not fighting at 168. And in between that whole little rant that he did, his whole little spiel, you heard what he said. The most important thing was, why would I pay for this if I'm not going to fight at 150, 168? I'm going down. He said it out of his mouth. And I don't know if everybody heard that part. He said it right out of his mouth. And so he cursing them out. And I get that, because what I put it this way, they got the right one when they dealing with Crawford. They got the right one. They mad. You can do all this stuff, but I believe that he is exposing them for who they really is. And I think that they're trying to hustle the boxers now, because the boxers is getting all this money, and sanctioning fees is on the side now. They ain't attached to this. So they got their own little thing going. So now they in people's pockets now. So if they find out, Canelo get 100 and something million, you don't hear nothing about none of that. You ain't hear none of this. We ain't go through none of this at all. Not a peep. Not a peep. You get what I'm saying? Not a peep. But all of a sudden, that's why I'm glad Crawford is who he is, because he don't got to do nothing. They don't like him. They mad at his accolades and what he's doing and the way he's doing it. The same way they mad at Dev. So it's cool with me, Sean. I think he's doing right. He ain't gonna fight there anyway. So why would I pay for something I'm not gonna be here? I don't need to. I make you look good with this belt. More people want this belt because I got it. For real, for real. People want this belt because I got it.
Oster.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. So how do you feel about the? Because I'm not mad at Crawford for talking shit. I mean, it's something I do question about him pushing this ring belt. Yeah, it's the free belt, but I don't know. I just feel a way about having one belt. But how do you feel about the fact that Bud has held on to belts when he had no intention, instead of just dropping the belts? Because again, you got the title. You have the actual official title of Undisputed. How do you feel about him holding on to these belts beyond winning and having no intention, and holding up these divisions when he's deciding whatever the hell he's gonna do next?
Now I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm not shying off the question, because it's a question that we can ask all boxers, especially like the Charlos. We can ask them too why they held it for 2 years. We can ask a lot of boxers this. I think that's a boxing thing. I think that's like a boxer's, like when you act, because I'm not a boxer. When you actually a boxer, holding the belts and not just giving them back. I think that's something to do. And I can't really answer that. I think that's like a boxing thing. You know what I mean? Like the boxers, and they hold the belt because I guess people do it to them. Some boxers be trying to get fights and they can't get no belt, and somebody over there holding the belt, just holding it. People holding belts now, and it's something. I think that's a boxer thing. I mean, I don't know. I can't really answer that, Shah, but I really think that's like a per boxer thing. Whoever got the belts, to be honest with you, because I don't know why he would hold the belt. And see, because it's a funny thing where we know he's not a ducker, so we know his mental is strong and all that, but we don't know why he would hold the belt. So to me, it's kind of, I can't really answer that. I don't know if I agree with you. If you was to say like from the knowledge that I just got, I'd be like, damn, Crawford, give him up. So I don't know why he would hold them. You know what I mean? So I really can't answer that. I really wouldn't. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I think Ulster and Shaw, like I always say this, you're right. It's a boxing thing. All these guys, especially, where it's top heavy, are always constantly looking for advantages, man. Always. That's why I always give the example about Tank and rehydration clauses. He's looking for an advantage. I'm not. I can't really complain about it. That's just how. What I say, regulatory compliance works with boxing. So, yeah, that's a good question and answer.
Okay, well, I was just asking that question. I mean, at the end of the day, he don't got the dang belt no more, y'all. He don't got the belt. He done went off on Mauricio, and Mauricio has since clapped back as well. But I at this point, I really don't give a shit. He didn't have no business asking that man for no more money. Period. So
That's the thing, and that's the thing I say, Shah. Just why you asking me for some money? And I don't see the intention. You asking for money because there's more money. That's a female trait. That's seriously, that's a female trait. That's when a female tell you give you $5 and you pull out a lot of money. Oh, give me 20, because they see more money. That's a female trait though, for real. It really is to me. I mean, you're not in the wrong way, you know what I mean? But it's a female trait, man.
the babies and kids don't be doing that too.
Yeah, I mean, when they see more, they get more. You know what I mean? Seriously, man.
I ain't
I
mad
didn't.
at that. I ain't mad.
Tangibility, materiality. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Um, I got a question. Uh, when do you guys, including the chat as well, when do you guys think we'll ever see Bud in the ring again? If we will.
I think next year.
What did you say, Steph? I'm sorry. My husband was smiling at what he was saying.
Like spring, summer, fall?
I think around. I think probably around the same time. I think around like fall. You know what I mean? Like around August. I think around August, maybe
September.
because he ain't got no fight now. He ain't got no fight now. So it's basically January. You know what I mean? So definitely he gonna need at least if he got he definitely I think gonna fight next year. At late though.
Who we talking about now?
No, I was asking the panel and the chat, when do we think we'll see Bud again in the ring? Next
Oh,
year, sometime in the spring, fall, or winter?
yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
And what is he gonna do with this rate?
Well, if my follow up question to that would be okay then. So don't hold the belts.
Yeah. He
No,
might
he
he might
definitely hold the belt.
no, but this is the 168 belt though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what Bud said. When you heard him, he said he going down to 160. He said it. He's like, I'm going to 160 anyway. Why would I? If you listen to the rant again and listen to in between it, he said, why go there anyway? I'm going down to 160. He said, I'm going down anyway. He
Yeah.
said, fuck. He said, F your belts. You know what I mean? He said, F your belts. I'm going down anyway. That's when he started talking about the ring. I think the ring thing was, people be mad, man. I would have said that too. That but this belt better than yours anyway. And it's free. You heard me? I just said it I'd have said it the same reason I feel Canelo said when they asked him who was better, Crawford uh, or Crawford or Mayweather. I think Canelo's supposed to say, I'm not going to answer that. They both good. But I think he said Crawford just to get the heat off him because the next day everybody was talking about that instead of the fight. They
Okay,
jumped
here's the
on.
thing though. Is Carver gonna keep that same goddamn energy when it comes down to him having to win the WBC at 160 to become undisputed?
Listen, if they give him the fight, this ain't about getting the belt. This is about paying the thing. You got to get the belt first, then get back to Maurice. I mean, Maurice, you got to get the belt first. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the belt first. So this beef is after the fight. This ain't even before the fight beef. This is after the fight beef. Because we won't be going through this if Crawford ain't win. You get
I'm
what I'm
just
saying? So
saying,
it
I'm just
depends on
saying
who we
if
going
he
to
want
take.
to go down to 160 and fight for them belts, what if Mauricio tells him now you can't even fight for my belt and you just did all that shit for not but KG and TD from the Bronx. What's going
No, that's
on?
not true.
What's
That's
up?
not true, Shower, because
I
What's
said
up,
if
he
he
brothers?
says that.
no Mauricio said the same thing about what's up, TD? Welcome in. He said the same thing. Remember about Bival and Better Beef? He didn't want them fighting over because Russia was invading, and what do you know? We saw what happened. Undisputed happened twice, and Arthur didn't even want to do it twice. So whatever with all
It
that.
ain't a public falling out like these two gentlemen had though.
It
And
kind of was though,
Bud
or at
saying
least
fuck
from the
all the
boxing
belts except for the
fanatic.
ring belt. It's not. I don't think it's the same.
Yeah, I don't think this is a fallout shot. I think this is a new horizon. I think this is a beautiful day. I think this is a beautiful day. I think skirts is pulled up now. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Agreed.
Go
I'm
ahead,
telling
KG. Well,
What's up,
yeah,
folks?
KG and then TD. Let's go. It's going down.
How you gonna question if TD went before me and you seen me come first? Come on, that shower.
Because
How you
it's
gonna
it
have
be
a
a lot
name
going
that
Stop
that
talking.
on.
says you're the good doctor when you there's nothing good about you? That's crazy. Like I don't understand that.
Damn.
No, no, I am great. I told you I'm not nice. I'm not nice at all. I am a great person, good person. I do a lot of upstanding things. I'm just not nice. You know
That
what I'm
is true.
saying?
He reminds me of that every time. Every time we speak on the phone, he reminds me of how not nice he is. That
I
is a
am not a
fact.
nice person. I am not,
No.
Oh,
anybody that's listening, anybody that's there talk to me. I am not a nice person. You know what I'm saying?
you.
KG,
No, but
go
um,
ahead.
I've said this. I haven't said it on this platform, but based off of doing this Tales from the B side and behind the works of talking to this fighter, talking to this personality, um, I had information maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, and it looked like it's you know what I'm saying showing more and more to be true. And I'm saying this here, y'all can take this and do your soft digging or whatever research you want to do. Bud is going to be a promotional machine in 2026.
I can
Uh,
believe that. I can
yeah,
see
you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
can believe that.
And everybody that remember Bud from before when he was top ranked, he wasn't saying much. He wasn't doing interviews with anybody. Everybody had every name under the book for him. Now Bud is utilizing his voice. Bud is pretty much being an ambassador of everything. You know what I'm saying? He's doing fashion. You see what I'm saying? He's being everywhere, and he's doing it
Yeah, you can.
overseas. He's doing a lot of that overseas, and you see it. And you can see him hinting toward only caring about one belt. And Shower probably heard me on the last platform that I was on. When I grew up, I didn't know anything about the sanctioning bodies. All I knew was the ring belt that Rocky carried, that Apollo carried, that everybody in them in the Rocky saga that was breaking their neck to get, you know what I'm saying, to hold. So when it came to the sanctioning bodies, I had to be educated to that. And I started seeing it, but then I started understanding. I was like, bro, why am I paying to represent? And I'm like, all right, I understand. There's a toll for pretty much everything in life. But at the same time, Mauricio is pocket watching. If it was
that.
already a, you know what I'm saying, if it's already a standard sanctioning fee that I pay, why are you putting my money into the air saying, oh yeah, well he made 50 million? That's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this panel that has a job, we get paid salary or hourly or whatever, but at the same time, we'll probably damn, you know what I'm saying, throw up or blow our damn shit if we were able to see the books of the company that we work for and see what they're actually bringing in compared to what they're paying us. You know what I'm saying? Mauricio, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's public knowledge to get the information about who's what the bags and purses are looking like, but that don't like who said it? Was it you, Oyster, that said it? That's a feminine trait.
Yeah.
You're asking for more because you see more. And I've been in that position. You pull out money. That's why I try my best not to carry money because people will watch your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But that whole
That's
belt
facts.
situation, I'm like this. If I pay it, like I said, I'm paying it and I'm covering all the bases. You shouldn't be asking for more. And I said this before. How many other sanctioning body chairmen, CEOs, or whoever, however, the presidents, how many of these other people do we see visible? Mauricio Suleiman, silly man, is the only person that we see visible.
Shit stain.
Shit stain. No, he's the only person that we see visible. Nobody else is out. No other sanctioning body heads, or you know what I'm saying, making spectacles of every damn thing. Why are you clapping back? Trying to. It's like you're trying to be in the movies. You're trying to be in the music videos. You're trying to dance. You're trying to. No slight to Diddy, but you're trying to be Diddy. You're trying to be in everything. You're trying to have your hands on everything. My boy Cadillac Red says Mauricio silly man. Any opportunity, he's trying to put his mouth on something.
Mm.
I tell you.
He has to. You know what I'm saying?
He's a money grubber. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna care about that.
but you can't damn be so obvious that we see you. Like, bro, we see how you're moving. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
he's
It's like
been getting away with it though, KG. So
I don't get that
you
part. I don't get that part. Like you're too visibly seen now. We're in the social media area. Now you're overly seen to the point that you're like, bro, you gotta chill. You need a Snickers. Maybe you're not acting yourself right now.
hey,
Something.
Ant got a point here. The game is finesse or be finesse. Like I said, he been getting away with it.
Yeah,
So maybe this will change some. But again, Arrow came out last year and said the same damn thing.
he did.
Y'all,
Nah,
they
it's gonna change something. Cause just like he said just now, cause Crawford getting the voice, and he always
look.
been one to tell straight up. And so when
Wait
he
a minute.
said it,
No. EJ was straight up. He's a straight up individual, and
huh?
he said it don't mean nothing. And all of a sudden,
No,
Crawford
No,
nobody
said
said
but
it
that.
don't mean something.
homie, but EJ to me, EJ is way more passive than Crawford.
Oh
Way
my
more
God!
passive.
Look.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
I'm
you
not talking
talking
about. I'm not
about
talking about.
somebody who never even spoke before, but he's more
No,
passive.
but
Officer?
no,
Okay.
I'm talking about his demeanor. I'm just about his demeanor. Crawford ain't never speak. No, Crawford ain't never speak. So people thought that either I don't know, they thought he couldn't speak or whatever they thought because he didn't speak, so you didn't know. But Errol do speak, and I know Errol is straight up, like he's straight up and down. But he's very passive to me. You know what I mean? He's very passive to me. If you ask him questions, he give you a regular answer because he's not with none of that BS. You know what I mean? He's straight about his business, and that could come off as being passive sometimes. See, Crawford, they didn't like Crawford because his demeanor and this and that. But now when he do speak, he speak in an aggressive way where people will take it wrong. They will really take it wrong. But if you can think past go sometime, you will see why people say certain things and listen to what they say, and don't worry about how they said it and all that stuff. Listen to what they're saying, because a lot of people out here they temperamental, man, and they be scary. You talking like that. Don't worry about how I'm talking to you. Worry about what I'm saying, man. You know what I mean? Want me to talk like a, you know what I mean? Don't worry about how, you know what I mean? Worry about what I'm saying to you, man. And a lot of people is like that. So when Crawford speak, I think he's speaking for the people and a lot of the boxers. So if it's going on with any of you other boxers getting changed fees, you know what I mean? Because people in your pockets, now we know that these people be in our pockets. But I'm gonna let everybody know you ain't gotta do this unless you want to take this ride. That's on you. That's a personal choice. But me personally, I'm not taking a ride. I'm going this way. So if y'all didn't know that, like I showed y'all me and Spence could fight, we had the phone call. I showed y'all that too. All right, just pick up game and let's keep moving on. That's all.
Okay.
That, like he just said, pick up game, keep moving on.
Hey, shower, real
Okay. So
quick.
wait.
Shower,
Go
real
ahead.
quick, real quick. Metaphorically speaking, Bud is what like a YouTuber. We get conditioned not to say certain things when the red light is on. And because we talk reckless as hell without the red light on.
That's facts.
But Bud has not been media trained that way. So he's that guy that just got to YouTube or got to streaming, got to doing live. So he has no filter. So it does sound a lot more brash than the way EJ delivered it.
I kind of agree with that. But let me go to welcome in. But let me get on to TD because he's been waiting. And go ahead, Thomas.
Man, let Thomas wait, man. Go sit down, Thomas, man. Tell him to
No,
wait.
Thomas.
No, I'm playing. I'm
Thomas
playing.
come out to come
I
here
don't
and
know where
bust
they
it
found
all
this
out.
guy, man. This guy, he escaped the group home or something. I don't know where they found KG at, man. But salute to everybody in the panel. I just want to come up real quick. You know, I just wanted to come up real quick, say what's up to everybody. You know, I'm gonna drop a video most likely tomorrow. It's pretty much done. I just gotta edit it. It's gonna explain the Sabril case, my point of view, and I'm gonna point out the facts. You know, it was nothing against anybody here or anybody in the panel. It's just that people always got something to say, but they never say it directly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of doing that now, right? But they do that because they either they're insecure or they don't like to see me rocking with certain individuals or whatever it is, and then they make indirect statements, and that's cool and all. But to say something like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm just saying something, just because the guy's Puerto Rican and stuff like that, you questioning my integrity. You know what I'm saying? And I think as long as I've been on YouTube and as long as I've been around in these communities, you know what I'm saying, I've been straight up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that's what it is. People are just weird. You know what I'm saying? So I probably forgot more about boxing than some people know. But people like to spin narratives and say these stupid, idiotic things, and that's cool. You say it on your platform, say whatever you want, and I could still disagree and I could still rock with you. But when you come out and you come up with this foolishness that I don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, or I'm just capping for my guy because he's Puerto Rican, that's crazy. When I'm giving you facts about the situation, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I'll just put it like this: I do believe that Matias was they were trying to sabotage the event, and I spoke about this, and I spoke about facts that back the statement. And then there's some stuff going about the WBC. You guys are talking about the WBC and Suleiman now and how much of a scumbag he is. He is a scumbag, and I spoke about that many times. But he doesn't make the rules as far as Austrian. He can say you can't defend the title or represent us. You know what I'm saying? But he can't suspend them a fighter over the limits. You know what I'm saying? Which the limit is not. He doesn't set the limits. And it's people are talking about that he sets the limits. He don't set the limits. He sets the rules as far as who represents his sanctioned body and who represents his title. So like if this was a WBO case, right? It'd be a totally different situation. Let's say he was a WBO champion. It'd be a totally situation because the rule is the rule. And the New York State Athletic Commission, I think Nevada, and there's a couple other states that have that rule with the limit. And there's a reason why for that. And I've explained that as well. And I'll explain it in the video. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I say. It had nothing to do with anybody in the panel. It's just that I went up on other people's platforms and then a video was made and then comments were made. And it's just like petty and stupid. So once I drop the video, people can say what they want. And then maybe I'll come out and I'll name drop or whatever they want to do. I really don't care because I'd be outside, and I know that sounds corny to me because when people say that sounds corny, I'd be at the fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always out there, and I'd be with fighters, managers, coaches, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody really had a problem, they could come see me if they really wanted to do that. But it shouldn't even get to that level. You feel me? So it's just a weird space when people come out and say, "Oh, I'm not," like technically say like you shouldn't hang out with me or be with me because he's he's saying these things. That's what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's gonna or she. Well, let's say it's he. It's he's a couple of he's. I'm not saying that the people that rock with me will all of a sudden stop rocking with me. You feel me? But that's their goal. Their goal is to say, "Yo, watch this guy." And that's basically what it was. So that's and that's why I really didn't want to come on and do that. But there's a lot of information that's out there, and people should really do their own research. And that's what I say in the video as well. It's like you should really do your own research and have an open mind of what's really going on. And people don't want to do that. They want to take shortcuts and they want to repeat what other people say. And they don't even want to use their own talking points. So that's basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Suleiman, I think, is a scumbag. As far as this situation, I think I pointed it out too, and I think somebody else might have said it here as well. People have not paid sanctioning fees before, right? And you've never seen Suleiman make a statement about it. This is the first time I've seen Suleiman come out and make a statement about it. So I, in my opinion, and Bud kind of released that too. In my opinion, I kind of knew because I even said this before the fight. I said when people were talking about this card, I'll say the biggest winner is the WBC because Mobilian, Alessa Martinez got to pay fees too. You know what I'm saying? And usually the promotions pay for those when it comes to interim titles. But at the end of the day, he was collecting, and I already knew that I was saying that. So they probably had a discussion, and he probably asked for more than the 300K. And Bud was like, he wasn't having it. That's what I believe happened. And I believe it was some type of, ridiculous amount. Probably was like $1 million or something. I don't know. I wasn't in those conversations, but that's what I really truly feel. And I think Bud said no, and Suleiman was tight. And that's why he came out and said what he said, in public. So, which he never does. So that's what I really think it's all about. So.
Well, shout out to you. Thomas said y'all gonna talk shit about him, damn it, say it to his face.
Please, I beg for it. Or if you're not going to say it to my face, at least say my name, and then we can have a discussion about it, and then I can name drop you and go back and forth, whatever it is, But at least give me credit for being a liar or an op or whatever these people say these days. I mean,
I love the way
I say his name all the damn time.
I know.
Yeah, KG does all the time because he's me.
KG is not nice. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I love the way you put that though.
I did say, for me personally, as far as he goes, I'm curious too as well. Maybe you weren't here when I was talking about these guys popping dirty. I think it's a whole system and it's a whole bunch of things that could be happening. It could be the fighters, which we know we can't trust. It could be the actual people making the supplements, which we know we can't trust. It could be the sanctioning bodies, because again, it's all a vicious circle, and it's all a well-oiled machine where people are gonna have to get paid. If this guy pops dirty, he's gonna get suspended by the commission, and then they're gonna get paid because he gotta pay it. Like it's all, they're all in cahoots to me. So it's really hard to tell who's responsible where, who's cheating, who ain't cheating. Like I don't know. I don't know. All we can do is wait for the fallout and see what happens.
I'll tell you one thing. If it's to help you out, I wouldn't even think about it, man. They think about money. They don't care about who cheating, man. They don't care about who cheating in boxing. It's obvious to a duck. They care about money. They don't care about who cheating. If they care about who cheating, they'll find out. Huh?
That's all it's about today is money.
Yeah, it's about money. They don't care who cheating. You can cheat all day as long as you pay them. See, my thing is like this. Boxing is the only sport. One of the only, I think boxing is the only sport that everybody is involved, but nobody is in communication with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, say the sanctioning bodies. You could do something over here, the WBC, then the IBF over here. Like, they don't talk. It's not like they talk to each other. Everybody they own. That's why I call boxing the street. It's like being in the hood. It's like you got four crews that's running the block, like the Bloods, the Crips, the other ones, and they just doing what they want to do. They ain't talk to each other. They talk every now and then. You know what I mean? If it's about some money. But other than that, they turn their back and just, it's just crazy. That's why I believe what the boxers be saying. Because the boxers are the ones that's getting taxed and getting loyal. I believe what the boxers be saying. If they set out their mouth, they fed up. That's how I look at it. They fed up if they set out their mouth. Like I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna make no other comparisons to girls shot. So I ain't gonna say that.
No,
But
you
anyway,
good. You good.
it's fed up, man. I tell you, it's like it's starting to be like a sitcom, man. Like I'm every day you starting to get up, people popping dirty, like they popping pills in the street. They
That's why
popping.
I say you can't trust the fighters. You can't trust you can't trust none of these people. Aunt McQueen, welcome to the panel. Aunt
Can I
E.
add to that real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's so, and what he's saying is absolutely right. And I just think like a lot of these fighters, you think like they really don't like each other, and they can't stand each other. That could be true to an extent, but it's almost like a fraternity. And I think all these dudes, all these fighters, they get along in some type of way, and they're friends behind the scenes. Like, and like the weird part about it is just happened recently, and I laughed at it. Is that the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney situation, where Ryan Garcia is saying he's going to slap Devin in the face? But like it's so weird. You were just hugging him. You were just hugging him a couple months ago, talking about Baccarat. So like
Yeah,
that tells me that these guys are just funny, bro. Like it's just
and we
these
be
guys, they
out
all
here
get along, and
hanging
like
on
you can't trust
boxing.
any of these people.
Yeah, I ain't doing it no more. Aunt, go ahead.
You know the old song, breakups to makeups. It's just people being people, ordinary people. I don't even think you got to sit around and contemplate or ruminate on whether or not these people are out for the bottom line. It's clear as day. Today is another example of that. Jadier Herrera and Ricardo Nunez, they were scheduled to fight for that 135 interim belt to become the mandatory. All of a sudden, Scooter misses weight, and instead of them doing what they initially reported, which is make him ineligible for the belt in the event that he won, they just decided to take the interim title opportunity from Herrera and Nunez and slap it on tomorrow night's fight. And that's the smart business move. It's not right, it's not fair, it's not just, but it's the smart business move. If you got Jadier Herrera and Ricardo Nunez, and then you got Stephen Fulton and Oshaki Foster on the other side, you're gonna go with the more lucrative side. And then that comes down to what? More fees. Now the biggest trick that they played on us as fans is getting us so caught up in the whole resume accolade achievement thing. So we get so hyper focused on the belt. Well, this guy's never been a champion before. Well, meanwhile, like the great Sean Carter once said, it's politics as usual. Everybody's opportunities are not going to be the same. It is not a meritocracy. It is whoever is going to generate the most money. Because if this guy is more popular, he sells more tickets, there's more viewership, there's more money involved. That 3% is bigger. And that's what it comes down to. You all right, Mousy? My son wilding out.
Well, they
Ain't no rules in
somebody
this thing. Yo,
said
2 cents. I've been thinking for some time now. Even wrote this shit down on a post-it while I was driving in my car. Is it really corrupt, or is it operating on the principles on which it was founded? From the very beginning, there were fixed fights. People were taking dives. You know what I mean? Jake LaMotta, we know the stories about him taking dives. I think it was to Billy Fox for an opportunity at a title down the line. Battling Siki, this dude was supposed to take a dive to George Carpenter. George Carpenter ends up going on to be involved in the first $1 million gate in boxing with Jack Dempsey. We talk about all this purity and sanctity and all this other shit, but that does not exist. And it's been that way. And they have to package it a certain way to keep us invested, because if they were to come out and just flat out tell us this is how the way things operate and it's more beneficial to us, who the hell does that serve? But they got to have us bought into legacy, achievement, um, and accolades and all this other stuff, and we just be running with it. And then now
Some
the
some
fighters,
people.
they know because the percentage changes. In the event that they become a champion, now you're entitled to a bigger share of the purse. But why are they giving them a bigger share of the purse?
Well, Thomas said it maxes out at 300K. Period.
I'm not talking about sanctioning fees. Well, it's 3% of whatever your purse is. Anthony Joshua was paying sanctioning fees out the ass. He paid like $2 million when he defended his titles versus what's my dog's name? Joseph Parker.
In for one fight.
Yeah, one fight.
No,
He had 3 titles.
Yeah, maybe
oh,
total because
Oh yeah,
the other
total.
sanctioning bodies have different percentages. But the rule is
Oh,
like you can look up the bylaws or whatever because they're supposed to be nonprofit too. They're nonprofit 501c3.
Supposed to
So
be.
they supposed to list
that's
that
what
and
I'm
based
saying.
on the
So why the hell?
WBC, yeah, the WBC is 300K if you read the rules on their thing. They're not supposed to take more, but that's why I say I believe that Suleiman or speaks to these guys and he tries to get more.
nah. What it was, if you like I really go by what these people say. You know what I mean? That's the way of this world. This is just me to how I move. It's about your intent. Forget all of it. It's about your intent. You said that, and you put that. You said after that. You said the money is for other fighters, and to do this and yada 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 yada, whatever it is. See, that's the reason. That's the BS behind you asking for the money because you know you wrong. You know for a fact that you're wrong. So you put all that out there, and now you're trying to cover it up like Crawford wrong. Like he don't want to help other fighters. He don't want to put no money to fighter retention and all that. That ain't Crawford business. That's your business. That's what y'all do with your pay. That's what y'all do with your 3%. That's what y'all do. You don't go tell no other fighters, give me some more money to help other fighters. This is unheard of. For real, this is unheard of. So you can say what you want to say. You're gonna do a lot of videos after that because you done said, you done opened your mouth and you put your foot in your mouth because you ain't get the reaction you thought you was getting. You thought everybody's gonna blow down Crawford and this and that, but nah, you ain't get that one. You opened the whole can of worms, homeboy. They've been doing it lately. Everybody been doing it lately on these mics. They've been doing it lately. I'm telling you. This is why.
Yeah.
This is why it's better to be a little creator like us now. See, they don't. They don't come at us because we said the wrong thing. You know what I mean? We come up here and say the wrong thing a little bit. We might lose a
You
little
know
bit
what you
something,
say and who you say it about. Let's keep it pumping.
huh?
I said it depends on what you say and who you say it about. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, yeah. But when you in his area of the game, he can't be slipping up like that. He can't come up here and be talking like that. You asking for more money. Just say, give me some more money because I want to. Because Crawford said you need the money for the hotel. You said you need the money to help fighters.
That dude's
Yeah.
already he got enough money for all
Nah,
the
they ain't never got
everything
enough.
else. Yeah, he
They,
do. He just want more because he's a money grubber. So
yeah,
let
they
me
ain't never
welcome
got
my
enough.
brother Tay. Let me welcome my brother Tay to the panel. How you doing, Tay?
What's going on? How everybody doing?
I'm sick, but I'm good.
We good.
We good, we
Gotta
good.
get better,
Hello,
man. You gotta
world.
clear that up. You gotta get better.
Hey, it's my first day. It'll be gone in a couple days for sure.
I dig it. I dig it.
So
Look,
what you think, Tay?
now go ahead, Tay. Go ahead and cook.
I mean, shit. If you ask me, I mean, Deontay talked about this when that was. He talked about this not too long ago. About how these sanctioning bodies, and he talked about these promoters. You know, how they not being fair to the fighters and stuff like that. So now you got this actually going on and people seeing it in full time. Bro actually been talking about it, but you just now seeing it in full time now. Now you really see like they really they money hungry, and that's exactly what it is. It's just money hungry. They can say they doing this with the money, they doing that, but come on, man. At the end of the day, Crawford, you know what I'm saying, he can retire and in 15, 20 years, 15 to 20 years, you're gonna see all those same guys still right there with boxing, still asking for more money, still living it up in these big suites on fight nights and stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, he ain't wrong for what he did, but is it opening up opportunities for, guys like TKO and Turkey and all them boy, especially before what Dana White trying to do? Absolutely, it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a catch-22 when you really think about it.
Yeah, look, we already know they living high off the hog off of these sanction fees. Now you are a little closer to the game. Do you know for a fact that the money that they're collecting off of these fees is going to help retired fighters or help young fighters that are coming up in the game?
I honestly don't. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know where that money going to. You know what I'm saying? That's what
We
they be
all want to
Yeah,
know.
saying, but that's what they say. But I found that hard to believe.
me too. And I tell you one thing, like we gonna play the way people play with us. And anytime this how the world is ran. You go by your background. Your background don't really tell me that you was giving some money to some other fighter. Not the things that you do. Yeah, I gotta call a spade a spade. Now, if you was a nice dude that actually do nice things, but you ain't got the reputation to be acting like this is where this is coming from on some fictitious thing that's just popped up now, and you got a reason for it. You want to help the fighter. So where's the Help the Fighter Foundation at? Where's it at? Nobody heard of this. Where's the Help the Fighter? Where's the money that they send miscellaneous money to fighters that what they said ain't got no homes or whatever? Yo, this dude is crazy, yo.
And
Yeah.
you got some facts, don't you, on some of these fighters that are WBC champions that is out here? Don't you know somebody? Ant McQueen? I think he's sick too. He might have stepped away, but I know Ant was telling me there's a fighter in particular who's out here in
Spence
New
talked
York.
about it before too.
That's what I was saying. Spence already, but okay, because Tay, you like Bud. But
Mhm.
I felt the way. Why is Bud saying something now? When Spence said something, Bud didn't say shit. Then
But
And
they
that's
probably
what
now
I'm
ain't going
saying.
for the fee.
And but you got to see who Bud working with too now. He working with Turkey and Dane and all them boys. That's why I say it's a catch 22.
Yeah, it probably was a window to shoot your shot in there. But the point is, it ain't like Bud. He came with extra fee. He the one opened the door. It's just his intent. All the questions should be to him. This shouldn't be how he answered it. He told Bud told everybody how he because he trying to charge me more money. It's complete, real simple English. You know what I mean? You charging me more money, and I'm questioning why you charging just me more money. Now you in my pocket. Now we talking about my check. Now we're in a lot right now. We're doing a lot right now, man. We're doing a lot right now. Just answer the question. Why you now you telling me to help the fighters? Okay, now we got to go by your reputation. So I don't think that you sending no money to nobody, not by your reputation.
well, they need to audit them. Somebody said that earlier. It's probably 2 cent. They need to audit all these people and see where exactly the money's going. Because otherwise, why should these fighters give? I mean, again, I'm not for one belt though. I don't like the whole just the ring belt matters. I do like the fact that they're not charging them. But who's to say eventually that they wouldn't start if the ring belt became the sole belt? Like, it's just a lot, man. I don't trust none of these people. I really don't.
But it would be kind of better shot if it was. I mean, I'm not saying it would be better, but based on what you're saying about the pricing and stuff like that, I mean, like the dude just said, who you said paid like $2 million because he had three of the belts. So it kind of pan out. I mean, it all depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. It's a that's why boxing. None of this is together. Like everybody's at the
That's
battlefield, but nobody's down together. But
yeah.
everybody fighting, but nobody down together. It's like a melee. If you ask me, when it comes to business and boxing, that's why it's a curve. It's too many curves. So when y'all get in the ring, we start judging. Because everything out the ring is a bunch of BS.
Well, see, that's why what Ant said though. I guess we all have in our mind what it would be like in a perfect world. And it's just hard. Look, the three belts, I like them. I don't like the little extra belts below the three belts. I don't like the interims and the silver and like I don't like that shit. I
So
like the ring being there and it could be the ultimate belt, but I
so
just don't
let me
like it solely. I don't
ask
like
you a
it
question,
solely. Go
Chuck.
ahead.
Or anybody on the panel, because I don't know. The other brother right here, because I don't know. Um, the sanction. Well, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that the sanctioning bodies is businesses in themselves. That's in boxing. And can each one of them just come up with a belt, like just make a new belt, just for because I'm trying to get a thing here. Can like say if it's four belts, right? Say the WBC, they got what how many belts they got over here? Like six belts or something like that in
Some
between. Yeah,
something
something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
something like that. So can they just create another belt now and make that part of the belt to get more sanctioning fees for more BS
And there,
fights?
there, there are actually plenty of belts out there for
Yeah,
sure. Asian
Okay,
belts that nobody heard of. They got regional belts. They got a lot of different types of stuff. Like I
okay.
know even with the regional belts, you pay like a little fee, but it ain't no 30,000 or percentage of your check and stuff like that.
Yeah, I peep game now. I peep game. I mean, okay, it's game. Like it's like we said, it's business. It's business. They making these belts, like you said. He just said that they pay a little bit less money for the little less belt. I respect that because they ain't getting a lot of money. But now, what I'm saying on the second part of this question is, I understand now why the fighters. I really understand why the fighters be beefing about this money now when we think it's a big purse. Like we think that you ain't never fight for $1 million. It may sound like $1 million to us if that was your first $1 million fight, but with all this stuff going on in the background with these sanctioning bodies and fees and how many belts you fighting for, that really eat out your pocket, and you got to pay your trainer and all that. All that's coming from the fighter. All that's coming. None of that's coming from nobody. It ain't no fighter help to pay them. All that's coming from the fighter. Everything the fighter did to get to this point, he pay out. He got to pay all that. So he might end up what 200,000 at the end of the day, and we over here talking about they got this much money. So I'm kind of understanding. It's a lot of BS, but it's about money. So these fighters is every time you open your mouth, you giving us taxes, man. And I ain't even talking about the taxes we got to pay for what we get at the end. We got to pay taxes on that.
But it's kind of like a catch-22, like Tay said, though, because look, okay, earlier I said if you don't want the belt because you already got the title, you can drop the belt. But then essentially, let's say you're going to be unified or you're going to be undisputed, I don't know that works that way, right? So you're going to have to pay the flipping fee to be a representative of that sanctioning body. Like,
But I don't think you're representing the sanctioning body because the
I kind
sanctioning
of
body.
agree with Bud said. They should be paying you to be a representative. They goddamn.
Yeah, because the sanctioning body is the business. The sanctioning
They're
body
a
is business.
nonprofit and they make money already. So that's why I'm like, hey, dude, this is a
Yeah, they
whole
should have reps like everybody else have reps and faces of Revlon, faces of whatever, syrup, faces of all this stuff, and they got faces for all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like Canelo and Tank was the face of boxing. They got you pay these people. You see how they get paid? I ain't never hear you telling Tank and Canelo to pay you some money because they repping all of the belts or whatever the case is. I've never heard that. So I think that they should be paying these people for real, for real. That's what I honestly think. Crawford is the star. Canelo is the star, the international world star and all that. It ain't the WBC. They carry that with them.
Well, they see that with these. That's what I'm saying. That these organizations. So like I agree. Like these sanctioning bodies should be sanctioned, but they're supposed to be. I think for the most part that they're all nonprofit organizations. So that means like they're not making any money selling any type of goods or whatever like that. Like it's almost like donations, but like the belts and the rankings and all
That's
this
why they
stuff,
should be
you're
making money.
representing them. That's why you're paying this fee because you're representing them and they help you get in the rankings. Because like these regional titles that some of these fighters get, and these are low end fighters, they're not making that much money. Usually the promoters are the ones that paid whatever fee the sanctioning body is putting up the regional title for. It's not the fighter because the fighters are not making that much, but the promoters doing that for their fighter so they could get ranked and they can move up and maybe make more money on bigger fights.
But those are
So
regional titles, right?
those are regional titles, but some of those regional titles or intercontinental titles automatically put you like in the top 10 or in the top 15 of their rankings. So that's what it also does. So I mean, the belt it's basically a trophy, but it does mean something in certain cases. That automatically makes you ranked in most cases. Those regional titles,
Yeah,
So
it's a what call it? Yeah, like the umbrella. Like the regional titles and all those, that's just they bait. Because I'm thinking on a
yeah,
business term because I'm understanding the sanctioning bodies and what they in here for now, and on a business term, that's the only thing I'm talking about. On a business term, they're using these belts, like fishermen. You throw it out
yeah,
there, you get some champs and this and that, and you psych them out like you got my belt, and they're gonna want you to fight. It's a little algorithm. It's a
yeah.
little mind thing. You know what I mean?
And
So
that's why they should be audited and people should see what they're doing
exactly.
because all these nonprofits have guidelines and policies, right? And they're supposed to list these policies out and let them know this is what they do for this is what they do for that, and then here's where we take this money, we put it to this program, and that program feeds such and such fighters to this city. I don't know, I'm
They
just
need to
making things
prove
up,
it.
and
Yeah,
this
they need to prove it.
program is for shelter and care because for that blah blah.
Yeah,
And
they
this
need to
program
prove
is for hospital bills or whatever. Like that's what it's really meant to be. Like I've worked in nonprofit pretty much almost my whole career,
So
right? So
let
that,
me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question because is it not a conflict of interest that they're charging them a fee when, like you just said, a nonprofit is supposed to work off of donations?
mostly donations.
Never have I heard them say they're donating money to the sanctioning body. So is
Until
that a
just now.
conflict of interest? Is
You
that
can
illegal?
donate. Actually, they do take donations as well, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
know they
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
But
need to know
Now,
is paying a fee to a nonprofit.
yeah, that's
They're
fine
not
because it's like
calling it a donation. Is that illegal?
no,
no,
it's
they
not
taking
because
it.
it's like think about when they do events, like when they
Yeah,
do
they taking it
award
as a
dinners or
donation.
when they do galas and stuff like that. You got to pay, maybe 10,000 for a table, and it's like the annual fund for yada yada, and it's the fun dinner. Like you're charging people. Yeah, you're gonna get service, some food. The part of that fee goes to that, but you're buying a table. And usually companies buy tables and they get 10 members of
You buy
to sit
plates,
there,
right?
whatever, to attend the event. But yeah, so I guess when you look at it that way, they can do it. Like that's to run their whatever
Yeah.
their
I
business
mean, but
is. Yeah.
Now,
giving out a belt to a fighter is not on the same level as having a gala and charging per seat or per plate.
No,
It's
I
not the
know. I was
same.
just
no,
trying to
understand
make
this.
an example.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get clarity. Like,
yeah.
is this shit illegal?
another yeah
Technically,
another part of it like this. First, nonprofit is nothing against nonprofit organizations, but
no.
they high alert for corrupt things because it's a nonprofit. You understand? So when it comes to the belts, I understand it because I understand when it comes to the belts. So it's like this. Well, the way I'm seeing it now, when it comes to these belts and these sanctioning bodies, they got the belts, right? So we talking about the money for the belts, it's too much money, da da da. But they got a lot of promotions going on. They got a whole company going on. So all this is a nonprofit. All this is profit in a company that they can pay their workers, but it all profit in a company. So you can never really track nonprofit money. That's why there don't be a lot of audits. And when they get audits, they typically be in a lot of them be in some things when they get an audit, but it's nonprofit. Because you can't really track like we trying to track the money now. It's always going to be an answer. No, we get this money here because we got to have these events in order to advertise this. We got to do this in order to advertise this. We all over the country, all over the nation. You know what I mean? We got belts everywhere and this and that. So every dollar we get is for everything that we doing. Just like when you go pay your
Everything
taxes.
they
You know,
should
if you pay
have
your
a
taxes.
receipt, just like just about to say, just like when you have taxes or when you own a
Yeah.
business, everything, every dollar that goes in and out, it should be a fucking receipt for that shit. And if it can't be accounted for, then it should be a strike against these people. But I
It's
still don't.
hard,
I'm
but the
still trying to
nonprofit
understand.
is a funny. It's a good. It's funny though. You can accidentally go to jail dealing with a nonprofit company just working
You
there
can
for
go
real. You
to
can
jail
accidentally,
doing
yeah.
anything of being in business. It's crazy. But then there's times when these people just be sliding. So I'm just curious
I didn't know
how
they was
they're able
nonprofit
to
until
take
just now. I'm
money for
stupid.
these belts and they're a nonprofit. It's not a
Yeah.
donation. It's
Shout
not.
out to your channel, Shot, because I didn't know that they was nonprofit. I may sound like the dumbest person
I
in
didn't
Boston right
either.
now, but I did
To
not know it was
promise
nonprofit. I
I
swear to
didn't.
God. Yeah.
I didn't know either, but I'm not
Lord have
surprised, and I was
mercy.
curious about it. I ain't gonna lie. I was curious what they are legally considered.
I
So
already
it
know it.
makes
That's why I
sense.
say this is the street. Boxing is the street. Y'all got no. Yeah, this is the street for real.
Matter of
This
fact, look, PGH said the hustle is over. Them sanctioning bodies been on some, but ain't nothing gonna change. PGH, we've been knowing that. Everybody been knowing that, and they exist. They will continue to exist. I know y'all up here saying that. Bud ain't about to stop that shit. He ain't about to stop nothing from happening. Cause there, you know why? Cause there's fighters that want those titles. They're gonna pay for that.
yo, you know
Shit.
something though, Shy?
Watch.
That's why sometimes we be saying because I'm trying to get these fighters they little flowers now because I was really hard on them. For real, certain fighters. But I understand why certain fighters drop belts and go to another class. Because I think I'm starting to understand that it might be something to do with these sanctioning bodies that's holding these belts. You know, certain fighters that want to do something and they got a belt and the promoter ain't letting them do it and they got to like pay these sanctioning fees. So I can understand sometimes, not all cases, but I'm gonna give some boxers a certain case that they got something to do with these belts just sitting on them and you move to another weight class to try to get another fight. So I'm gonna get him a little 20% back for real. I'm gonna be a little easy on them. You know what I mean? because that's a big thing. No, that's a big thing, man. To me, that's a big thing, and I think that I hope other boxers, if they get any kind of change or sanctioning fees, I hope they do what Crawford did, for real, so they can start exposing them. Because this is a lot of that underground stuff that go on in boxing. It's that underground, like the commissioners. Like we don't hear nothing about commissioners. We don't see them. I hope we don't start seeing them neither, but we don't see them in the judges neither. I hope we don't start seeing them on the internet expressing their feelings. You know what I'm saying?
They better not as much bull crap as they be doing. But like somebody said, it's not gonna change. Just like Ant was saying, it's been there from time immemorial. It is not gonna change. Because people want to get boxers want to get paid, and money make the world go round, right? All these people gonna get their palms greased to do whatever the hell they do, put people in rankings, accept the money to put people in rankings. You know,
It
look,
might change though, shot.
hmm?
It might change though. I mean, it ain't
It
like
ain't gonna be off the auspices of Bud coming out talking shit to fucking
no, no,
Mauricio.
no, no. I'm just talking about they already on the wave of trying to get this one belt anyway. So it might anything that's facing that way, it kind of it might. I mean, put it this way: if it don't change, it might get these other four sanctioning bodies to stop doing the BS and get right because somebody really trying to take over. So you might
But
get right.
see, that's the whole thing. Bud said that the other three, they were cool. They accepted the amount. It is freaking Mauricio. It's also always Mauricio that we be complaining about when it comes down time to trying to make exceptions for people who've been caught on PEDs, trying to it's Mauricio.
No, yeah,
It's
it's Mauricio
it's
when you
Mauricio.
we I mean individually, but collectively on a business, if the ring is trying to take it over to one belt, then they collectively just collateral damage together. That means it just works that way because they, you know what I mean? Because we trying to get one belt and we trying to get rid of the whole other four, so they got to get on teams just defaultly. You know what I mean? Because if the boat tip one way, it knocks out four if sanctioned bodies. It knocks out four sanctioned bodies, so they got to get together.
But
Sometimes that's how business runs.
don't
Sometimes you got to give
everybody
it to the
have to
enemy.
agree to that? Everybody's gonna have to agree
No, I was just
to
saying
do it
if
the way
I was just saying if it was to
yeah.
go one way, like if it was to go one way, like towards the ring, if everybody was starting to go towards the ring way and feel that way, not because of what Bud said, just naturally, they would have to be together defaultly, because they separate now, but in this situation, they'd be as a group
Yeah,
defaultly
I don't
as a
know
group.
because Turkey ain't trying to work as a group. He's trying to be the sole, you know.
No, I mean
But
as a group, I'm talking about the four sanctioning bodies. They have to go against the ring. Do you get what I'm saying? If the ring is trying to
oh,
slide over and make it one, they'd be defaultly together. So WBC gonna have to do something if it was to happen that way. Because the ring is trying to get it on his own. The ring ain't talking about we gonna get together. They talking about one belt. So they got a whole that's a whole different conversation going on over there. So if that was to play that way in a way, the other three sanctioning bodies would have to the other four would have to get together defaultly to try to not let that happen. To keep power on this side.
yeah, I don't know.
Wait, Oster, you're saying the ring is trying to become its own, essentially sanctioned body?
They was talking about one belt, right? They was talking about only one belt. So if it's only one belt, that's going if it was to come this way, it would only be one belt that be in existence. Then what's the other four associated, the other sanctioning bodies? Is if everybody gonna be fighting, if this belt means something more. If I'm talking about what they got going
I
on right
thought,
now,
real quick, Oster, I thought the ring belt was simply, yes, a trophy, but
The trophy.
a collective of your peers, the writers and
Yeah,
association,
that's
things
what
like that, voting
consensus
you
saying.
to be the best of your worth, your class. That's what I thought the ring was.
yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. But I'm talking about when they're talking about they only gonna have one belt. So if
The
they only have
ring
one
said
belt,
this? Like ring spokesman said this?
yeah, this is what Crawford was talking about. He said, but they talking about they
That's
gonna
what
have one
Crawford was indicating in
indicating like this is
there.
what this a little buzz that been going around. They trying to take away all the belts and make just one belt.
And that's what Turkey was really edging at. Remember,
Yeah,
Turkey was scooching Mauricio away. They
yeah, that's
want
what they was talk.
the
It was
TKO
talk to
belt and the
this.
ring belt.
Okay. Let me ask another follow up question. Then, okay, let's just. I'll grant that. So is recently, and let's just say the last year, there's been a lot of people being introduced as ring ambassadors. So are those the people who are going to be able to fight, quote unquote, for the ring belt and be promoted that way, or is everyone going to have to get on board with the ring?
Nah, see, I don't know how the operations may run, but they was just talking about the top of the line with talking about the belts. They ain't talking about like how this going to run, who going to be in. They was just talking about this conversation was just about the belts. They was like they wanted it to be just one belt, so it was talks about just being one belt and be getting rid of all the belts, and that one belt was going to be the ring belt because Turk was talking about it. So you know it's going to be one belt. That's obvious, unless he's going to make another belt. Would be just like just one belt instead of four belts, four sanctioning bodies, and all this going on. Everybody be fighting for one belt in each division. That was the talk.
As far as the ambassadors go, I'm looking through the rankings, right? Ring. I'm not sure if they are like for instance, if they're like number one in ring, therefore they would be next in line to be considered. I'm not necessarily seeing that. So I don't know. I don't know about that one, Steph.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Who's the ring ambassador, for instance? Abdullah is, right?
Yeah, Abdullah is, Naoya is.
Okay, let me just look at those.
A
Here.
ton of people are. Hamza Shirai is
So
one.
look, and Abdullah's at 35. Give me a second. So Shakur Stevenson is number one in the ring. Abdullah's number 6. So I don't. It may not have nothing to do with them being an ambassador that they would be, because surely the number one person would be the person that they'll actually select to give the belt to when they fight, right? I would
Well,
think.
it's supposed to be between 1 and 2, and 3 can only get in there if 1 or 2 can't fight. That's how that works.
Yeah, but he's
And
not
that's
number 1, 2, or 3.
pre-Turkey.
Yeah, pre-Turkey, but
Yeah.
Turkey done came in and did what Turkey
No,
does.
he still. I believe he's still the
Keyshawn. I
same.
ain't know Keyshawn was there.
The Keyshawn was there. What are you talking
The
about?
ring ambassador.
He might be. I think he was actually.
Yeah, it says Abdullah Mason, Bruce Carrington, Keyshawn Davis.
Okay.
You see
And
the
see, Keyshawn ain't even nowhere in the ring rankings, but that could be from the fallout of what happened. So I don't even know if he's still an ambassador. Maybe he is. Maybe
Who?
Turkey.
Keyshawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it says
But he's
here.
not
It
in the
says,
ring rankings for 140.
Well, he not just move up, right?
Yeah, and
Like
he has yet to fight there, I believe.
officially, yeah, he's yet to fight there. So I mean, we don't even know who he's fighting. So
But
oh yeah.
like Richardson Hitchens is number 1, and then Matthias is number 2. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know that it has any. I don't know that they would be in consideration. The actual champion we know is Tio, right? It's actually Tio. So
right now, we got a bunch of champions in weight classes fighting guys who aren't even in their respective weight class. So
we
it's hard for
definitely
me
know
to
that.
like. It's hard for me to even. Not saying I can't get down with it, but I always say this, shot like ever since the Spence Crawford saga, like I don't give a shit about none of this shit. These
Right.
people cause these things to happen, and fair or not, this is what you get when you work with this type of stuff. It's real easy for me to say if you do the right thing, it'll work out, but it's obvious. It's clearly obvious that they're not. So I don't give a shit, man. Just get in there and get your fucking head knocked off. Get the smoke. You say you're the best.
Yeah, we
Fight
already
that
know
guy.
how you get down.
Fight that
You're
guy,
such
man.
a brute.
I
We
think
already know how you
the
get
I
goal
don't
down.
is
care about none of
for
this shit, man.
the goal is
Like,
for
I'm
Ring to
serious. If
be
you
the
really
only
care,
one.
do the right thing, man. It's regular life.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
struggle with
Thomas.
that every day. I wake up. It has nothing to do with boxing. So,
Yeah, I already know how you
whatever,
get down.
man. Whatever.
Go ahead, Thomas.
No, I was saying I think the goal for Ring is that they only want one champion and to recognize the ring belt as the main belt. So like Teofimo is the ring champion for his weight class, so that's why he's like I guess ranked one by Ring, but he's out of all the 140 champions. I'm shocked that they already ranked Keyshawn's not even in the rankings because he was at 135 and he's moving up to 140. So
Yeah, that's what we was just
yeah,
saying. Yeah.
I don't understand how he got. Is he in the rankings at 140? I'm sure people placed him there.
Let me
I'm
just.
so
sure. I'm sure. T.
Yeah.
so
I don't see him. I don't see
if
him.
a shot if Shakur beat Tio, he would become the ring champion.
That's what I question that as well.
Yeah, he
I don't
should
know.
because the ring belt should be on the line, right?
Look,
That's what I'm
Keyshawn is
saying.
number
Yeah,
one in WBO.
because he said that's what he said in the interview we had with him. When he said why he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, right? He gave the excuse that I didn't want to fight at 147 and it would be for nothing. Like there'll be nothing on the line. At 140, I'm the ring belt. I would have to give up my ring belt. So that was what he said. So I'm assuming if he said that he wants to defend his ring belt, that the ring belt is on the line versus Shakur.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Would it? Let me ask this then, T. Would it not? Would it have been on the line for Devin and him?
No, not if they would have, because that was what he was saying why he didn't want to fight,
Ah,
because he's the 140 champion. He would have been fighting at 147. There were no titles.
Mhm.
There would have been no title on the line. That would have just
gotcha,
they might have made up a title or
gotcha,
something.
gotcha.
But fighting that he claims the reason why he ducked Teal, right? Because he ducked Devin because let's face it, he ducked Devin is because they were offering
Who?
him that
Who
money.
dug Devin? Who dug Devin?
Teal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's
The reason, and so he's
relevant.
saying he didn't. He's saying he didn't duck him. The reason was he didn't want to fight at 147. And then he said they were talking about a catch weight at 144 or something, and he was like, "For what?" I said, I'm the ring champion. Like, why would I give up my belt for nothing? Like, I'm about. This is his words. He's about getting titles and in different weight classes or whatever the case may be. And fighting Devin would have done nothing. That's what his words were.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's I mean, see, I ain't gonna say that's a duck because you're gonna put the titles in front of it. You know what I mean? So they're fighting for nothing. So I get that. Well,
I think that
but what?
it is an excuse though. I mean,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
11
yeah.
million or 9 million, whatever they were going to pay him, like to
To
not
go
fight.
up
yeah,
to 144 though?
I think it was originally 144, between 144 and 147. So, but
see,
I don't believe everything Tio says, but he basically admitted to ducking. Basically, he's saying
yeah,
that
he
he
made
didn't
it to
want to
duck
give
in a
up
nice
his ring
way.
belt.
Yeah, because right now, because that's how I tell you, Shah, how they be turning the goalposts. Because
Yeah,
in one comment, when you if you in one conversation, they be talking about, yo, no, it's for money, man. So it's all good. But now it's not all good. When it's still for money, it's for the most money you fought. Now it's about a belt. Like that's what I be
Yeah,
saying to
Theo,
people. You know what I mean?
I don't
Yeah,
question that. Theo
yeah. It
did
always
that.
be. That's why I be like, man, whatever. When you get in the
'Cause
ring,
look,
I'll judge you.
look,
Yeah.
this clearly has been announced finally, right? Um, I still will believe it when I see it. When I see To's monkey butt get up in that ring, then I'll
yeah.
go, then I'll believe it. But and he's claiming he gonna knock out Shakur, blah 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 blah. Yeah,
The press
we
conference is Wednesday.
is this Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday at 1 o'clock. They didn't announce. They haven't announced the venue. They haven't announced the venue for the press conference, nor the arena for the fight. I assume the press conference will be at the
Ah,
Palladium. Like I applied for the credentials for it already. I got the email. The email was forwarded to me, and I applied. But they said they'll announce the venue. I guess this weekend or something like that.
I
So
thought
and then
I
Vegas, right,
yeah,
saw
T?
that it was supposed to be in the in Brooklyn.
I thought it was Vegas. I heard
I thought it was
Vegas.
the Garden. That's what I heard.
Yeah, at the Garden. I thought
Yeah, that's
I
what I
thought I
heard.
just read that, didn't
Yeah, but they don't want it. They haven't announced it yet, so which is weird. But they're
I?
gonna announce it at the press conference.
I was gonna say it's a way to find out that Ant showed me. You just go to the state and see through the athletic commission what dates are reserved. It should tell you right away who you.
Yeah, I think I did that, and I noticed that there was no Knicks or Ranger games because those are the teams that play at the Garden. So there
Mhm.
is no game of the 31st, but I'll check it now again because I think I looked, but it didn't say anything about a ring card or a reserve because usually Top Rank usually books some cards to the Garden and they already have you. It's set in stone. So, but let me see.
Well, I mean, don't they have an undercard too that they've already got going for that?
They haven't even announced it.
Okay. Well, that being said, so far, like I said, that it's been announced as far as that they've signed and it's supposed to happen. I guess I think it's the 31st. It's supposed to be. We're just gonna have to see what actually comes of the truth of any of that. Today, you guys, these two gentlemen are supposed to be fighting, but it's not televised. And actually, when I look at Michael Hunter, his box rec, I'm not seeing the fight anymore, which is disturbing because Michael Hunter has been trying to fight for I don't know how long, and this is Eli Frankham out of the UK, Eli Fat Boy Frankham. And it was the fight was supposed to happen today in UK. I don't know how it was supposed to be watched because I don't see it, but Eli I think is only 3-0 or something crazy. 3-0. Hunter is 24 2-2, 17 knockouts. I watched some film on Eli. He can fight, but I know Michael Hunter is a damn dog. Again though, I'm not seeing the fight, y'all. It's a little concerning for me because he keeps getting into fights and then not being in fights.
Well, Shaw, I would just say to that, get some freaking not recognition, representation, man.
Well,
Come
he got
on.
to get out of that contract with Don King.
Well, there you go.
I know, I know. I'm
There
just
you go.
saying
There you go.
that's why I say it's concerning because he was the Puyev's mandatory, the WBA for years. Now they done knocked his ass down and they put Atoma up in there. And he was supposed to fight Puyev. That would have gave him the ability
Uh,
to be a champion, and
again, we've been hinting on it since everyone really was on the panel. It's about representation and not merit and who can get you and where and who, where, when, how, like what
it's
spot.
sad.
So obviously Don King and who's ever running the King promotions can't. They're not good at business.
Or they just don't give a shit. Because then we
Yeah, my
see
man,
what
my
That
man,
too.
happened.
my man, Alan Green just got out of the Don Crean contract. He just got
He
out of that shit.
got out of Don King contract.
Yeah, he just got out.
Because
Alan
look at
Green.
AB. AB, remember? And he just
Yeah,
was talking about going to sell, be a D boy again. And
Alan
uh,
Green went to he went to Roy Jones. I don't know why he go there, but I know him though. I know him
Blair,
so
because Roy Jones is actually down in Florida doing his thing, but Blair Cobb is still under Don King too, right?
I'm not even sure.
I think
I
so.
think so. And I think
I
he
was
got a fight coming up.
who he
Finally.
fighting. I'm gonna watch that fight. I want to see that fight. I like Blair.
You see it, Thomas? It was in the fight pool messages, I'm pretty
Y'all
sure.
like Blair.
Oh,
You
Blair
like Blair?
Cobbs. I didn't see it. Blair Cobbs has got a fight.
Yeah, here we go. Let me share the screen with y'all. Yeah, you got a fight coming up here. Blair Cobb
Okay.
and Elliot Well.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
The 20th of December
Mm.
The
in
20
Leeds.
for what?
The 20th of December in Leeds. So this month, 15 days.
That's in the UK.
Yeah, in Leeds. Yep.
Wow.
It's going to be under Boxer, clearly, if you see here. So how we'll be able to watch that, I don't know. But shout out to Blair Cobbs, yeah, for getting a fight. Hopefully,
Right?
Don doesn't yank his ass up out of there because,
He is.
man,
I'm about to do a video on my man Blair. I'm about to do a video.
I don't blame you because
Yeah.
here's another one that was just made yesterday. Finally,
Oh,
Callum
Real
David
quick,
Blair.
Shao,
Smith and
I have
David
one more to say
Morrell.
before I forgot.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like anyone under 154, what are you doing making catchweight fights? Like, you don't need
I
to be
agree
doing
with
that.
that.
Like, come on, man.
I agree with that.
I
That
only say that
irking
because,
me.
like, the 144, like that.
That should be irking me.
The fuck, dude.
That should be irking me. Yeah. Because 144 to 47 pounds, you can't just go one way to A. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I told y'all a couple of lives ago, Callum supposedly is looking past Mr. David Morrell. He was setting his sights on David Benavidez for 2026. But as we know, David Benavidez is about to go up and fight Zerto, who is ducking John Pataya.
Trick.
There's so much going on. People killing, people dying. Hey, Trick Noty, how you doing? I'm coming.
Well, let me
How you doing, Trick?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here because I gotta get ready. I got a show to do tonight. So
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off of here anyway because I've been.
I'm going to catch your video tomorrow, Thomas. On
all right,
Chuck.
thanks. Yeah,
What you
I'm
say,
gonna have
man?
hopefully in the
Yeah,
morning.
put your link in the channel, Thomas.
No, I follow you
Sure, I
already.
see yours.
I'm subbed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ain't talking to you, Steph.
Nah,
Oh,
Oh
man.
my. Let me see if I
knucklehead.
can. I on my work computer. I don't know if it's gonna show up.
You're
Hold on.
talking to the good people in the chat. Sub up to TD.
This.
Yeah, I don't know why Steph don't make content because he talking a lot of shit and
Ain't no one gonna listen to me
people
talking
love to
shit.
hear that. Huh?
Ain't no one gonna listen to me talking no shit.
They over here listening.
I ain't got much to say. I'm
You know a lot about football too, because I've heard you talk about football. You know your stuff.
You be
yeah.
talking real shit.
I just love and hate boxing right now, man. I love it,
Yeah,
but
say it
I
again.
don't. I don't love the. I always say this, Shaw. It's that Spence Crawford stuff. That shit taught me to just shut up and just enjoy it while you can, because there's a lot of hoopla and BS going on behind our favorite stuff,
We just saw
including my
Trying to
favorite
tell you.
fighters. It's terrible, man.
we
So
just saw it happening a couple of weeks ago. So yeah,
Yo, I like it. I like it. I like it like it used to be where we didn't know all this BS. It was
yeah,
better that way.
exactly.
Yeah, it was
I
better
liked
that
it when
way.
I didn't know all. Now that I know it, it's hard for
Yeah,
me to
you look
like
at it.
be up for
Yeah,
this shit, man. I'm just like, bro, and people be complaining, and I'm just like, man, who cares? Like, just
yeah,
blessings.
and
sit
that's why.
there
My
and sit
brother
back, bro.
B3 Picks TV. Shout out to you B3 and Trick Noty. I think that's
2 cents spread on my ass, man.
huh?
And that's why. That's why I say. That's why I say. That's why I go by. Will go by. I will go on in the ring. Once y'all get, I don't go by. You could walk down like To. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you till you duck under that ring and go in there because you could possibly trip on your way to the ring for real. Messing with you, To. So once you get under that ring, then I'm gonna say you gonna fight. So that's how much BS boxing got going on right now.
Look,
And the boxers.
this right here. I talked about that earlier. This dude needs to be at flipping 175 anyway. Your ass got busted.
He need to stop popping those pills. That's what he
You
need to do.
need to stop doing all kind of shit. Just go on and move up. Get your ass beat at 175, homie, because
Yeah,
you
because
bigger than damn Bevo. Let's go. You bigger
he
than
I
Bevo.
would like to see that fight. That'd be a good
shot.
fight.
Jennebeck is the most manufactured what is he? Unified
Yeah.
champion today.
Was.
Today.
Well, I don't know. I ain't seen nowhere that they stripped him
Oh
yet.
yeah, I'm just saying like he was due to that, but I'm just saying even on that, if he got there with that, he's still the most manufactured one. With the
He's
with the
still
PEDs. Yeah,
the
with the PEDs.
WBO. And imagine he made the IBF. He's WBO and IBF, but I don't know that he's been stripped yet. I haven't read that anywhere. I guess they're waiting on the B sample.
I'm telling you, the new rule, they should change the rule, man. The A rule, if you get hit, the first thing go is your belts, all your accolades, all that go. And
It's
it should be no B rule. It should be no B rule. Because I won't be dirty if you tell me I'm dirty today and come back 10 days. I'm not going to be dirty in 10 days. You
well, I
crazy?
mean, I was reading where our good friend Shitstain Suleiman says that he's gonna remove the contamination loophole from positive tests.
Yeah, I saw that
So
yesterday. Yeah, they.
yeah, which is what I still question. How do you do that? But you guys are all in league with the USADA. You're
But
in
you
league with them making the supplements. Then all of a sudden these supplements become contaminated. Fighters are charged. That's what I say. It's like a vicious, nasty circle. It's like
but
me being a truck driver and they know our wheels are gonna get busted. So they don't have them fix the roads. So therefore we gotta pay auto mechanic. Like it's all a nasty, vicious fucking circle, dude.
yo, you know what it's more like, shot, to be honest with you? It's more like you getting pulled over, getting caught for a DUI. All the stuff you got to do after the DUI, you be going to meetings a whole year about the DUI, and that's what they do. You be going to meetings over here. You got to
Anything
do this. You
criminal.
got to do that, huh?
Anything criminal. You always
Yeah, but
gotta go for classes and freaking probation and you paying money for stupid classes that
you see what I mean?
yeah,
Drag it along and drag
it's
for
the
all for
government.
money.
It's just like it's they're all systems. But they do
Yeah,
that shit on purpose. That's why I say and Ant said boxing has been this way from time immemorial. So again,
see, but
Mauricio gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, however he wants. I don't know what's gonna happen with his little loophole shit. If it's
no, the
gonna
thing is,
be a thing,
the,
I don't.
the thing is, shot at what I see. The thing is this: boxing in the whole as a group, it's like being in the street. It's like, think about it. Just think about you when you was a kid. Everybody was outside. You got your girls over there. You got the cool, like in school. Remember in school in the yard before we went in, we used to be in the yard, and you got your girlfriends over there. You got dudes over there. Everybody separated their little groups and stuff, but we all together. This is like boxing. Boxing don't have no general, so they don't have to look up to nobody but themselves because they all with them themselves in one arena. Everybody get paid. It's just confusion. But there's no president to go to like, okay, y'all, stop this and we gonna have to do it. It's none of that.
There's no overall
There's
body.
no hierarchy, there's no nothing. It's like it's what people say. Too many bosses in one room, what happens? It's just chaos. That's
Yeah.
boxing. That's boxing in itself. It's a bunch of
But I mean,
bosses. All
again, that's it's mostly every system, to be
no, but
honest.
some systems have a hierarchy. So a lot of systems have a lot of them have a hierarchy. Boxing just don't. That's why I call it the hood. It just don't. It don't have nobody you can go to and you know what I mean? There's nobody you can go to and like say that's why you can't tell. The IBF can't go tell the WO what the IBF did. You can't. They don't care. You know, nobody cares. That's just the way boxing is. So when it comes to all this stuff here, when people be talking,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to stay confusing because no matter what we say, they ain't getting together. So what the ring is doing, what the ring is doing is good in two ways to me. As a fan of boxing, somebody that loves boxing, because if the ring was to even scare them in a way to where people is going that way with the ring belt, people love power. That means all these, the IBF, WBC, all of them will lose power amongst their interests, which they need is boxers. Could they be jumping shit? You understand me? So on the business side, it's good. We're gonna learn a lot in the next. I'm telling you, next year in boxing, there's gonna be a lot of skirts pulled up. Watch. I'm telling you, just watch. Watch how 26 be.
We'll see. We'll see. Because again, we're already privy to a lot of the corruption that's going on. Ain't nobody did shit. And they ain't gonna
No,
do shit. 'Cause
because
again,
there's
money.
nobody to tell. There's no hierarchy. There's just exposure. There's no hierarchy.
Who's gonna be the hierarchy now?
No, it's no hierarchy. It's just exposure. But I'm just
That's what
saying,
I'm saying. So what's gonna change?
no, if the ring, what I'm saying like this, if the ring was to pull off what they're trying to pull off, and if everybody was to go over there, there will be a hierarchy because there's only one
Yeah,
system.
but that'll be that'll be TKO Zufa, and that's only gonna be for the people who want to go and be in that arena. Otherwise, the majority of these people I think are gonna stay over here with the four belts.
Wait, stop right there. Stop right there, Shar. Like, wait, yeah, that's one thing that keeps confusing me in all this TKO and this Zuffer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, the rings in bed with them.
Zufa,
Yeah,
that's all Turkey and Dana.
Yeah.
but that's for sure. Like, the ring is going to be with Zufa and
I
whatever.
believe I heard that say. No, don't quote me on that.
Okay,
I don't know, but they definitely will have a Zufa belt,
a Zufa
and
belt.
we already know how that league is supposed to work out, right?
A Zufa belt.
Strip the champion, fine him, suspend him for 1 year. Then you elevate the opponent, make him the champion, make the former champion pay elevated champion section fees. Ooh,
No,
okay.
you know what? That's good. But you know what else on top of that? I believe personally on a PED, I don't care who it is, because you're in a professional sport and it's a drug. I swear to God, I will have them do what you do if you was to get caught on your job with drugs. Cause you want a job. Go to the meetings. You gotta do all that. You gotta do all that for a whole year. I need you to go to meetings, rehab, or cause you're a drug user. That's how I gotta
Okay,
see
but
you.
then think about what I just said earlier about these supplements that the is supported by the boxing federation, all this shit, the USADA, and then they have. I put the link in the chat. Then they are also in league with NSF making so-called safe supplements for fighters that they're approved to take. Well, these are some of the same ones that are being contaminated. So that's why I said it's a nasty system. Who the hell is putting contaminants in supplements that are supposed to be approved by the boxing commissions? Like, it's bullshit, and they are just you don't know who to trust. You don't know if it's the fighter just being dirty. You don't know if they're sprinkling shit in these supplements. You don't know if somebody's paying. You just don't. I don't
See,
trust
but
none of this shit.
As
but what
a as a real fact, or sir,
yeah.
as a former athlete, Texas high school football, it's the athletes. I've done steroids before.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
No
Thank
one
you.
told me to do
Thank
it. I
you.
knew
Yeah.
exactly
Every
what I
Thank
was
single time.
you.
doing.
Well, wait, no, because we believe that they wanted Subriel up out of that position. And I
No.
think
Now
they
listen.
wanted Bud. Now Bud didn't test dirty, but I think they wanted Bud up out of that position to put who in there? Shiraz versus Mbili. They
Okay, but
want Shiraz to get a goddamn belt. Like there's sometimes it ain't always there's politics that go on. You
now
can't
listen to what
say
I'm. No, I got you with that. I'm not debating that because that's on a lower tier. That's on a lower tier. See, I be stuck on the umbrella. No, I'm just saying, Shaffer. I know we
no,
go,
I'm
but
reading what he's saying.
oh,
I agree.
see,
Eat a
I
goddamn
be I be
carrot.
stuck on the umbrella. You know, the umbrella is this, right? It's about intent and it's about responsibility. You'll blame the fighters for everything. It doesn't matter if they ate a burger, if it was in a burger, they don't go to Burger King and lock the Burger King up. With Canelo with the tacos, they didn't lock the farm up. They didn't blame the farm. Everybody have a set of responsibilities. It's just the way it is. So when it comes to these big companies that's making it, if they sprinkling
Then it's
steroids, they
approved.
don't know who these steroids is going to be applied to. I'm talking about the manufacturing company. So if they, because they got to be the ones. If they talk about somebody sprinkling something in it, it can't be the distributors. It got to be the manufacturing company.
It's
So
the manufacturers I'm talking about. And here's the thing: we know they could check the lots of the supplements that these people are taking, right? So then you can figure out, is it the manufacturer or is it the flipping fighter?
see now,
They
no,
just need to be
no,
consistent
I'm
on how they doing this.
no, I'm agreeing
What's
with
wrong,
him. I'm
Steph?
agreeing
What's
with
wrong,
him.
Steph?
I'm agreeing with him. It's the fighter. I'm agreeing with him. It's the fighter.
Go
If
ahead.
it's listen, because it's about listen, however it got in you, it's the fighter. Because
You
I'm
got
not
to be
gonna say.
responsible for what you put in your body.
Because I'm not gonna say like if I go to McDonald's, right, and I eat a burger and I get sick. I go to the hospital. The hospital tell me, yo, it's the burger. It's the burger. So you know how it goes back to the thing. It was bad meat or whatever. I can sue McDonald's. McDonald's will have to deal with their distributors and who they manufacture. I don't care about all that. I'm suing the retail person because I'm on a lower level. It's just the way it is. You got to be responsible for what you get. And that's the level. That's why I say hierarchy. That's the level of things. So if the fighter take it, the first responsibility goes on the fighter. You can't put on the manufacturer because somebody else, you got other fighters that's taking it. If they all ain't popping, like the lot number, they can all get the lot numbers. If they all ain't popping right now, then that's not it. We got to,
But how
like
many
doctors.
boxers are taking the same supplement out of that lot? Like
But what I'm
different people
saying,
take different stuff. All the stuff these guys are taking is supposed to be approved. So I'm just saying, if that's the case, if it's something that the boxing commission has approved, and if that's what they popped on and it's contamination, then yeah, them companies should pay after they do all the testing. And I still think at the end of the day, fighters are responsible for what they put in their body because I feel like 2 cents. Eat a goddamn carrot, eat a beet.
so you saying so in
That's
other
me.
words, if the VADA or whoever says this is approved, and then you go take that because it's approved on paper, and then when you take it, you
If it's
pop.
contaminated,
You contaminate for that, not for
supposedly.
anything else. For that, right? So if you
Supposedly, yeah.
yeah, so if you pop for that, then you can blame it on a supplier. So okay, cool. That's protocol. That's just protocol. That's what people would do. That's just protocol. Liars will do that, and people that's telling the truth will do it. Because that's just a regular protocol. It ain't me. It's where I got it from. Or they gonna check.
But
So
they
we gotta
gotta
wait for
prove
another
it.
week.
They gotta prove it. They gotta run it back and, like I said, go test the
So
lot.
now we talking about pharmaceutical. We talking about real money here. We talking about things that run the
That's
world.
what I'm saying. Yes,
I
yes.
don't think that they're gonna sit there and say that we got some tampered lot numbers of
It doesn't
steroids
matter
that'll
what the
be.
fuck they say. They got to go test it.
No, no,
They
no, no.
got
You
to
can,
go
you
test
can, you can, you can do all that. That's why I said we gotta get another week or two. You're gonna do. I mean, that's protocol. You're gonna do that. No matter what, that's gonna happen. You then once you blame somebody, that's gonna happen.
it. Yeah.
They're gonna sit there and go do their due diligence to clear their name. That's why I say you can do it. Give it another week. Because if you beat it and you say it wasn't, you can sometimes you can just get blamed for something and
Yeah.
just beat it. And just go get your second test and just beat it. Now, if you get blamed for something, you be scared and say, "Yo, it wasn't me. I got it from here, and I blamed it on a pharmaceutical company." You just opened up a whole nother can of worms. That's all you did. You could have
Well,
just
I
took your
mean,
second test.
apparently, look, and I ain't no dang scientist, I ain't no chemist, but apparently, based on the numbers, when these guys are popping, We're gonna say Subriel because supposedly that's the case with him, right? It was contamination. Depending on the number, there I guess there's a number that shows it's contaminant versus like microdosing or just flat out doping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this to be a fact. It's just what I read that there are numbers that indicate there could be supplement being tainted. Either way, you're going to test the B sample. It's not often, maybe what, 2 or 3 times when a B sample has became back and not said what the A sample said. So we still waiting.
Now, on the B sample, I
Of
know they
course,
said
a
that,
B sample's not gonna say what the A sample
That
said.
yeah,
that's what
that's
the
common.
B
That's common
said the
knowledge.
B sample ain't.
No, see what I know about the
Yeah.
toxicology, because basically this is what it is. It's toxicology test. I know a little bit about them. You know what I mean? And I know how they test them. You get what I'm saying? So if they're going through piss, if they're going through pee or whatever, and just the basis of the machines, so they're testing for certain drugs that they know, and sometimes they could just test them for just unknown. You know what I mean? If there's anything in there, like they can give them a test. If they say like that's why I say with the A and B sample when it come to this, it's kind of weird to me because everyone to know that any drug weans down. They know that. So if you already microdosing, 99 out of 9, you're not gonna get hit on your B test if it's 10 days later. You get what I'm saying? Like you know this from if you take tests from a regular professional job. That's why people stop smoking weed for 30 days before they go take it
Yeah,
because
you're saying that the amount it disappears basically.
yes, even if you
Even in
intra
your B sample, which is still taken at the same time as the A sample, you're
exactly.
saying those
Now you
metabolites
know.
die off in that B sample, that B urine sample.
And if they microdosing, of course they got more technology to see if that you microdosing or whatever, because microdosing, some of these PED sanctions got a limitation of it's not saying you can't have none in you. You just can't have
It's the
just a
amount.
more than this amount. You get what I'm saying? If you got more than this amount, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? So that's where they be like, but it's funny because it's just funny. That's why I say you should just exclude it out because it's
You
too
think
funny.
so?
Like yeah, you can because it's too funny. You could have a little bit. You could be microdosing. So I don't know how they can tell. I don't personally know how they can tell if you microdosing or if you weaning out. Do you
I
get what I'm
don't
saying? Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they can tell. I don't know. I don't know how if they got technology to tell that if you microdosing or if you weaning out. Now, one way I could say if they take a test on a Monday and they say whatever 0.3%, and then they take a test on a Sunday, that following Sunday, and it's 0.3%, they could probably say that you're microdosing.
right.
But weaning out is always weaning out. It's always a wean out with synthetic drugs or with like marijuana. It's always a wean out period if you don't continue doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's why people be at
Yeah.
work or whatever. They stop smoking. They got to go to work or whatever. I got to chill out because I got to take a piss test. You know, a lot of people do that. You know, a lot of workers got to, and they know they got to take a piss test. They'll stop 30 days
Yeah, but that's
before.
why you're supposed to do randoms and all that stuff. But I get
That's
it.
why they come up with randoms. That's why they got randoms. This is why they do randoms. Remember Brian Norman and Derek Haney. I mean
I
Devin
just
Haney.
know as a freaking truck driver, I random. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know.
get randoms. You get that with you get randoms. But that's why I say it's the same system of your system as a truck driver as a boxer. When it comes to the day that they call you for a random, it's the same system. You don't know
Yeah,
what's coming. It comes. You get what I'm saying. You get hit. Now you could have ate a burger that had a lot of sesame seeds on it. You could
yeah,
have
then you gonna
had
pop.
traces, because you got traces. That's why some people have traces and some people have amounts.
Yeah,
It's all different. It's all different. Like say if you're around somebody that smoke a lot,
you
and you
might
on
get popped too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you might go, you'll get traces, but they know what traces is. They know that you're not a user. They will ask you, is you around somebody that's smoking? Because I know you're not smoking because you don't have no amount. You have traces.
I
Like
don't
like
know. I've seen people be around somebody that's smoking and they actually get.
yeah, they're pop
They
dirty.
ain't looking for no goddamn traces. It's if it's in your system, you're flipping
No, but
guilty.
to be
That's what
honest with you,
driving jobs.
when it come to that, when they come to that shot, to be honest with you, when it come to that, nah, that's not how it is. That's chemist stuff. If you got it in your system, you did it. If it's any
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
powder
saying. Yeah,
that got
most
in your
driving
fingers,
jobs, you're gonna be
yeah,
guilty no matter
not
what.
no smoke, not no weed smoking. No, you can't run that on weed smoke. You know, you got to be actually the smoke to have it in. Nah, 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 nah.
No. I've seen some people just be around weed smokers like that, and it's in their system.
But
Secondhand, yeah.
that's not cancer though. That's something completely
It's not.
different.
I
Bro.
ain't saying nothing
That's
about cancer. I'm
completely different.
saying
Yeah.
my mom has gotten high in a goddamn car where she don't ever smoke.
No,
And
you
she
could
sure
get
went
high.
high when she got out the goddamn car. I'm saying it was in her system at that point.
Yeah,
So people
you get.
get caught like that. You
Yeah,
can't.
but no, I'm not, I understand what you're saying because people do get, but I typically think, well, all the experience that I know, when people secondhand have traces, you know what I mean? It's a,
It depending on the job, it don't matter if it's
as
in
I
your
say, I'm about to
system.
tell you, if you got an asshole, whoever superior, that's on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's really traces. If you use the drug, you have levels.
it
Trivia,
don't matter
I don't care if it's
when
level
you
one.
dealing with a government with jobs like trucking and it's the government. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit if it's a
That's
trade.
rules. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's
that's
rules.
what I'm
That's
saying.
yeah, a fact.
Most of them jobs is like, nah, it's in your system.
Yeah, that's
But
rules.
I'm getting ready to get off of here because people are going live and I ain't trying to take up the airways, y'all. I've been on here for 3.5
Oh,
hours.
okay, I see you rocking. You rocking though. You rocking. I'm glad I got on it because I learned about these sanctioning bodies. I did not know they was damn non-profit. I swear to God, glad
Man,
that's
we all
happening.
got to read up on a lot of this shit. It's a lot going on.
I thought I knew something about boxing. I don't know shit about boxing. You heard me?
We always gonna learn something every day. I'm learning shit. Y'all see me learning on the fly.
That's how we go, man. Good
Thomas,
talking to you too, my brother.
it's
Is
good
Thomas
talking.
still here? Yeah, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
I'm here. I just listen. Like I said, I can be on the panel and just listen. I don't have to talk. I'd rather the conversation go forward than anything. So it was just good listening to people
I
discuss
appreciate the
points.
conversation going forward.
Yeah, for sure. And it was good to see people come up and add to it, especially people who have a little bit more closer of proximity to the situation. That's a little bit more.
A little
Certain
bit.
types of information is in out
You
because
did.
I got to tap my
You went up on
screen.
me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to tap my screen. My phone being sensitive as hell right now. But that lets me know that maybe what you just said is true. It's time to go. But that being the case, man, shout out to my good brother Trick Noti up in the comment. I don't know if he came on because I wasn't here. I had to back out for a little bit. Shout out to Tommy. I saw him come up. I hope Ty got to come back up. Shout out my man Oster.
Yeah.
Oster. I'm sorry. Shout out my man Oster. Shout out Steph, and definitely a major shout out to you. Your camera is over there playing tricks on me because it continues to transform like a Mickey Fricky. But you know what? I ain't even mad at that because that just lets me know you can't be messed with. And on that tip, just remember that one thing. Yes, indeed, it's boxing, and you can only find it here with your girl Shawala. Yeah.
Thank
Peace
you.
out.
Thomas,
Blessings to the chat and all that good stuff.
shout out to you. He always says something good for the people. Shout out to Thomas. Thomas Hill. Steph,
Uh,
my brother who I don't care no more. He be pissing Steph off, y'all.
I don't, man. I don't. It's not cool anymore. But appreciate you, sister. Really do. Hope you have a good start to the weekend and happy holidays. And are you going to do a post show tomorrow for the fights?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to rest so I can feel good enough to watch the boxing tomorrow. Cause again, I'm sick.
You got to chug that OJ. Take it back old school.
OJ, I mean, I
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of stuff going on over here. Some
Keep some,
old school and some new school methods. We about to get this thing up out of me.
some ibuprofen, that headache down, and you'd be all right.
A little
Praise
bit of tequila on this. Yeah, we gonna get it out.
That's why I be sipping. When I be on talking to you, I be sipping and smoking.
Yeah, I'm about to sweat this thing out though. And get
Okay.
some of this phlegm up out of me for sure.
What you
Definitely.
sick, child?
Mm-hmm.
It
Don't worry
sounds
about it.
good.
Don't worry about it. Child, we all get sick. It's part of life. Player, it's
Usually
a
don't.
part of life.
I usually do not get sick, so
Me neither. Me neither. But lately, I mean, my nose been running all kind of shit. But I'll be like, it is what it is. I'm
yeah,
older. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm still getting up. You know what I mean? I'm still moving around.
that's all that matters.
That's all that matter. You get what I'm saying? I'm still getting to the peoples. You understand
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the
All
only thing
right.
that.
All right, Oyster.
Oh, all
System
right, man. Keep it safe, man.
already.
Peace out, Steph. Thanks for popping up here. Oster, you have anything you want to say to the people before you go?
Nah, it's all good. Everything good. I learned something. My people come to the channel, Shawa, because you learned something. You learned something. I learned something today, for real, for real. So that's a fact. I really learned something. I'm gonna really dig into that too because I really learned. You know what I mean? I said they non-profit all them. Oh, I know. So I know y'all on some BS. So okay, I get it now. So everything is just start to make sense. So come back to Shawa channel, and y'all gonna get some sense done. You hear me? You're gonna get some learned today. You're gonna get some learned today. You hear me?
Gonna learn you something. I
You're gonna
appreciate
learn you something
you.
today. All right, Shy, keep it safe.
You as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Without a doubt.
And I appreciate all my great brothers that came up here. I wish some of the sisters would come up here and cook like Bella. I know Restream don't work with everybody's phone. And Ash was probably working and stuff, but nevertheless, I appreciate everybody. I had Ant up here. I had Thomas Hill up here. I had Thomas Dillamuth up here. I had KG, my brother Tay. I just had Oster. Who else was up here, y'all? Good Lord. I know I'm forgetting somebody. My brother Steph Brown. I still feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Tried to tune my head, not my heart, because y'all know I love y'all. And I love y'all all in the chat. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for coming through again, Trick, B3. Like I said, my sisters came through here. PGH, Mike. Woo, my brother 2 Cent always being here, making me laugh and just making great points. I appreciate that very much. Who else did I see in here? Good Lord. I don't know, y'all. I seen a bunch of everybody. J Will, my brother Soul, like I said, Bella, JT, TSO Ty, Rod Neal. I appreciate all you guys. If I didn't say your name again, it's not because I don't love y'all. Y'all know I love all y'all. And I appreciate you very much. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I will feel better. Maybe I can do a post fight. I probably would do it Sunday. Oh man, I'm hoping these fights are good. I know for sure Roach and Cruz is gonna be good. Foster, Foster and Fulton, y'all. I don't know. That one I question with the 2 pounds, but they both got some smoke. They both got some heat for each other. It's one of the fights, like I say, I wanted to see in this last quarter of the year. Norman Haney, Foster Fulton for sure. No more title on the line. Although according to Jimmy, whatever the hell, I forgot Jimmy's name. The announcer, he said it still is, y'all. So we gonna see what's up. I don't see Oshaki putting his damn title up no more. For somebody who's missing weight. Blessings to y'all. I pray that you are blessed. Your home is blessed. That your family is blessed. If you're in this damn cold, y'all, stay warm. Don't get sick like me. Don't get sick like me, but pray for your sister that I feel a little better because this is not feeling too tough right now. Shalom to y'all, family.
landed a left and a right, and another left, and Lyle's in trouble. He's against the